Yo, yo, yo. What's going on? Scratch pad. Where did I post that thing? Oh, here we go. Good morning, good morning. Real quick, I'm going to send the stream link around. Just kind of chill for a second. If you could also share the stream link around, it helps a ton. And I gotta send it here, I think. Yeah. Alright, cool. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My mic's on, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, we're good. Wait, can I stream from... Oh, okay, no, I can't. That'd be cool. That would be too cool. Alright. I'm also streaming on Discord for anybody who doesn't want to lag at all on YouTube or don't care about the music. That's fine as well. Just leaving that option out there. But I'm going to leave my focus on the YouTube stream. So if you're going to type, look there most likely. Good morning, Elisa. Good morning, King Carnage. Good morning, Matty Ice. Good morning, Sandollar. Good morning, Alexis. Good morning to each and every one of you. If you guys are just now clicking on the stream, definitely be sure to go to the daily watch list channel, the levels channel, whatever it's called, and look at the watch list. I also have most of it posted here on the left side. Of course, I can't fit everything. Oh, I guess if I hide that, we can. Which kind of sucks. I wanted to see that, though. Kind of just go back and forth. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. Just waiting for the market. It's also very helpful if you guys are just now getting in here to go check out the daily updates channel. This is something I personally check every day, regardless of actually trading or not. It just kind of keeps you in tune with the market. But one of our leaders in the chat, Eric, he posts the daily news, all the different relevant info for the week and the day each day. So definitely check out that channel. It's pretty cool. And it's all by the free websites that we all like to use too. It's nothing paid or anything. Pretty cool. My favorite part is the market snapshot when he shows the screenshot where it's moving the market. That's pretty cool. Gives you like quick, brief summaries on what's possibly happening or what is happening. We got a pretty insane week ahead of us, though. Today's going to be pretty quiet, but we have OPEC tomorrow. And then Wednesday we have CPI. Thursday we have PPI. And then Friday we have sentiment. So pretty normal week in terms of what we're used to, like news-wise, data-wise. But a pretty volatile week, so we should see some pretty good movement this week. And if anybody's... Alright, everybody's good, right? We're good to get off this smaller time frame real quick. I want to show everybody the bigger time frame. Give me like a thumbs up or an emoji or something to say, yeah, you're good. If you're still looking at this, let me know. I can just leave it up here for another minute or two and then we'll move on. Alright, bet. Let's go to the daily. Alright, so for this one, I'm going to just go to a default chart, and I'm going to honestly just eliminate everything on my screen. Let's just start over. So, let's just look at some vague stuff. I mean, we know there's some highs here, there's some highs here, you know. Good little support here before they ran up to the all-time high. And then we had that insanely large pullback. Not just once, not just twice. But 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then we had an insane recovery, had a little bit of consolidation. I'm sure a lot of hope was built up here just because, again, you know, after having such a huge pullback and then actually making it back up to here again, it's pretty significant, you know, regardless of what it is. So one big thing that I thought was interesting is we never really once broke the shoulder. If you actually look at the shoulder that it was actually back here. It did open lower, but ever since it opened lower, it closed back higher, reset candle, closed back higher, and then ever since then it was just, you know, rippity rip, and then they created liquidity. They probably built up some hope, and then now we've had a pretty nasty pullback from the all-time high supply. Again, just drawing this how we usually draw it with the rules and everything, right here with the high to the open of that green candle. Perfect rejection there. Couldn't have asked for anything better. You actually got a perfect single crow candle. It's a little disgusting because it actually did get a lower open and then followed up 3 days later. You guys saw this Friday, of course. So now we're just kind of like lost in the moment of like, all right, are we going to keep pulling back super heavily, or what's about to happen? Or is this a bounce back we're going to see? I think short term you're going to see a bounce just because we are at that little reset spot here that slowed down. And even if you grab those lows, regardless of where you're grabbing from, there's information here. So we can highlight that. I'm just grabbing basic stuff. We're not, you know, going super in depth. And so right here we can see this is just seen as a kind of like a halfway spot. You know, this is where they could slow down. This is where we could see kind of like this, where it could just be 2 days of, you know, random pressure and then more selling continues. You know, maybe that's what this is. But for now, that's what we have to see this as until we see a breakdown of this area. So should be seeing a bounce short term. We're already getting a $4 bounce on the day, a little under a $4 bounce on the day. If we go to the chart here, you can see we actually opened up exactly at that 540.12 level. We have moved up since then. So if you look at basic levels for today, one, you should still have this drawn. Have that high drawn, have the open of last Friday, and the pre-market high. So these are just some of the basic levels you guys should have. So it's kind of expected we get a little bit of a bounce here. But what happens after that bounce? You know, what are we looking for? So right now we're going to be looking for a break of pre-market high. We have a pretty clear level from that 2 day ago level at 547.10, and then you have the previous day high supply between 550 and 552 basically. So a pretty big area. Could also just get a slowdown. We don't get any push over pre-market high. We just consolidate, which again they could consolidate between this 540 and this 545, so a pretty large area. But again, we're gonna just stick to the plan that we had from the other chart, but I just wanted us to make sure we had that ready, because bigger time frames wild. If you actually break down what's happening. Oh, I moved the chart, so I gotta do this again. What did I just click? That was weird. Whatever. Delete all this again. If you grab a fib, it's pretty crazy too, because I think you could do this on the weekly as well. Yeah. I don't want to do from the low, but let's just do it. I just want to see. Okay, yeah. So there's still a little bit of room under, so they could just pull back. So just off of basic math, they could go a little bit more. I don't know. I'm excited either way. I think this week's going to be really, really awesome. This was kind of like the beginning of the breakdown. I mean, actually, if you really want to be serious, this was the beginning of the breakdown. This was just a little bit of consolidation before a bigger breakdown, which I've been posting this zone for a while now. So I really hope anybody who's paying attention to the posted levels, regardless of me streaming or not, had that mark, because that was a pretty awesome little old demand, really. Old supply that was really never used, and then they ended up using it finally. So well, you actually could delete it. I just ended up leaving it there because it was actually used pretty heavily, not just for the breakdown of where they went to, but also where they decided to keep selling from. You know, this was kind of like a second confirmation, but this is really where they broke down from, was 540, 850, 547. We even saw them reach 537. That's crazy. Under 538 in after hours Friday. But yeah, no, we're looking for a break in just plain terms. Looking for a break over 544.60, 545, for a break towards this highlighted area. Above this area, we can look towards 551.50. Under 542.79 and 542, we can look for a potential breakdown. So you can see this as a potential squeeze spot if you really want to just take this area as a kind of isolated area. I would mark that off. But this is essentially where our first game plan comes from. So could also get vice versa, where they just kind of reject this, move down to this, bounce off of this, kind of stay between here for a bit. That's totally fine as well. It is a $2.50 range. But that is the game plan as of right now. Does anybody have any questions before we move on? I'm going to just kind of skim through these other charts real quick, because I do have levels prepared for every single one. And then I will go back to SPY. So here's NVIDIA. Honestly, you're probably not going to see me mark as much of the temporary levels as much, so I can keep my charts clean without having to delete everything. But pre-market high is going to be pretty important. You can mark that if you want. I wouldn't even bother marking. Wait a minute. No, you can mark pre-market low actually, because it's under the previous day close, so you might as well mark it like that. That's an interesting chart there. You can clearly see where their levels are and what you need to look at for a breakout up or down. AMD as well. The levels are looking clean on the semiconductors today. Whoops. Right there. The previous day open and high. That's going to be an interesting little barrier today. If you just highlight both of those levels like this, you can see everything. Already have the previous day low demand drawn, so no need to keep going. Apple. I just said I wasn't going to mark up each chart. Here I am. There's the high. Amazon. Breaking a new pre-market high right here, right now. Amazon's trying to get going. That could be big to watch Tesla, which is on the watch list today. They are also trying to break their potential breakout area. If you're actually looking for a breakout on this pretty early on, this is the little area that we highlighted. They're actually already breaking it, so watch for a break over 216.65, rounded up to 65 cents. If you get a breakout over that level here very early on, there's a chance this is wanting to move up again. I know that's very inconvenient because it's already at that level, but nothing we can do about that. Meta, I don't really care about. Actually, I do care about Meta. I went over this in Lifetime Group, regardless of streaming or not, still was doing my posting. And was just talking about an overall rejection of this 516.85, 513.25 area, just these two levels here. They gave us a higher open. I said if they get a close over 519 something, I think it was 519.50 or something, then we could get a significant close to the upside. They actually gave us the open, and that created liquidity for more downside. They broke a new low, so if anything, I'm looking for either one of two things, really. If I get more downside on Meta, I want to see another touch of this, or even maybe this low here, which I think is where they're at right now. Right here. Let's go see where they're at. What is this level? real quick before the market opens. Let's dot these levels so we remember they're temporary and that we don't care to delete them later on. There we go. Yeah, so for meta plays to the downside, I guess this could be like a stream only kind of play. You want to see a breakdown of 506, 504 range, so because it's already done its job up here. So I don't want to be like, oh, if it goes up here, grab puts. You know, it's really easy to say, very hard to do. But if you see a breakdown of 504, I actually really like this a lot towards the previous day close, the previous day low, and if you want, you can use this area. If you want to mark it off, you can as well. I would use this area as a secondary confirmation for more downside, but just remember, this could also be used as a support. So if they end up rejecting this and pulling back down and you're really happy to be, you know, seeing the price fall, just remember that this could be seen as a support and that this could be where they reversed from. So just keep that in mind. Could be seen as a second confirmation or a late entry kind of thing. So I would watch for the meta chart if you see that breakdown, but I like that chart a lot for anybody who's in the live stream. Morning everybody to joining the stream. If you want to check out SPY breakdown, go to the very beginning of this, or I guess just a couple minutes ago. We're going to come back to it. I'm just kind of skimming over the other charts before the market opens. If you guys are in premium, I would also check out the small caps channel. Changed the name of that channel not long ago. Another leader in chat posts in there, so be sure to check out the IWM charts that get posted in there. My boy Carter, Prop Street. Netflix, not a bad chart if they can get over 674, but it looks like this is another kind of like a meta setup where if they get a rejection of this, we have to be looking for that downside. So you can be looking under pre-market low, I guess, for a secondary confirmation. But a breakout of 674 would be really nice for that chart. And then last one, coin. Jesus, will the chart load? Pre-market low, pre-market highs up here. We already have a level here, so really no need to kind of double that up. You know, I just don't see the point. But if you want to, you can grab that high. You already have a level here, though. But that actually looks like a pretty clear game plan, if you ask me. One of my oldest videos, I think, on this channel is me breaking down pre-market. I mean, really just making your own watch list. If you go to my old live streams, they're just me making watch lists. And one of my biggest call outs again is if you ever see a, you know, up move or a down move and then you see really tight consolidation like this where it's just kind of in a set range, that's actually a very good sign. You want to be watching charts that look like this, right? Regardless of them going down or up, it doesn't matter. This is the most old classic looking style of a BB trade because you have pre-market high and another level here, pre-market low and another level here, and it's inside of the previous day. So if it breaks down, you got previous day low to look for. If it breaks up, you have that halfway point of previous day, of course, other levels, of course, but you have essentially have that high. You have barriers outside of your little inner barriers, if that makes sense. And this is just a very classy looking BB chart, I'd say. So if you ever are looking at something like that, check out coin. But yeah, let's get back to SPY, guys. I'm going to turn off all this gray part of my chart. We don't like that. There we go. I'm going to change this to 25, I think. Yes, 25 is perfect. And I'm going to leave the chart like this for a second because I really just want to highlight the fact that we have broken down from an area, you know, seeing the support back here. And we're kind of just trying to see, are we reversing back up or is this about to be another calculated rejection to the downside? So we'll see. Yeah, right now, nice higher open. Again, a potential breakout over this level here. I mean, if you want to mark it, you can. It's essentially just 545. Then this would give us a good move towards 547.10 and 548.50. A rejection of this little area here. So we're going to definitely want to grab information the first 30 minutes, 45 minutes, candlestick-wise. Then this should get a pullback down towards the previous day close. And a breakdown, as you can clearly see, a previous day low would be very clear for bears to step in at another kind of pace. You know what I mean? It wouldn't just be, you know, a calculated move down. It'd probably be some very large red candles showing up once we broke this. So we'll see. But vice versa, if we get a good break over this area and then start to head over 548.50s, if we poke a head over that today, I have to assume that, again, kind of the opposite of what I just said down here, large green candles are going to probably appear. I don't think it'll just stop right there. But yeah, sorry guys for yapping so long. Good morning. Hopefully everybody's got some game plans in before the market's really moving a lot more. Like I said, if you're in the Discord, check out the daily updates channel, the levels channel. There's a bunch of cool channels you guys can check out that have daily posts in them. Good morning, Sand Dollar. Good morning, Spicy Pepper. I see you guys. Yeah, I'm trying to flip between Discord and YouTube a bunch, but I'll probably just be staring at YouTube for most of the time. Good morning, Dr. J. Good to see you. Why did I hear Angelic singing as I clicked on Bueller's stream? Miss you too, man. Good morning, Susan. 0883. Good to see you guys. Oh. For a second there, I was speaking kind of fast, but I was honestly just trying to get through all those charts really quick so we can come back to SPY. I saw the timer was going down. But we are getting a break over 545 right now, and I have to look at this because I need to see what's moving. It's really nice to just kind of stare at the top sectors. I don't really see a lot of traders doing this, and this isn't necessarily something that's going to dictate taking a trade all the time, but it's definitely going to help you find more opportunities, in my opinion, just because, again, the waiting. Comms are up, but not really continuing up. Same for discretionary, same for the banks. Healthcare, with the little bit that they were up, completely lost. They're already near previous day low. Tech is the main sector that is moving up right now. So just keep that in mind as the market tries to work through things. Tesla doing a pretty good job too. This is definitely one of my favorite charts because they're at a pretty important area. Like I said earlier, this is either where they reject or where they pick up. Same for Meta. They look like they're trying to hold on to the 504, 506 range. So the opposite could be said. Good upside could be happening. For those two at least. I also like the semiconductor charts. I think those are interesting just based with where they are between their pre-market high and pre-market low. So definitely check those out if you're kind of bored of looking at SPY or IWM even. I like IWM a lot. Jesus, I can't speak now. But yeah, and be sure to like the stream if you guys are on YouTube. It helps out a lot. Or share it around to wherever. I know you guys all have different communities and stuff. Also, if you guys have any charts or game plans, be sure to post them. I was showing off a couple of them earlier. So if you want your game plan or chart shown off, just post it in one of the channels. It's free. Plus, if you guys have any cool tickers I don't look at, that's also cool too. Because I'll probably be looking at some daily swing charts later for the chat. Oh, my bad. YouTube, how is the music? Is it a little too loud, too quiet? I think I have it just right. But I had to adjust it for my computer audio settings, is why I ask. So sometimes it can be a little too loud or too quiet. Alright. Musica is good. Thank you, man. Alexis, are you driving right now? Hey, what's up, Valdora? How you doing, man? And yeah, if you guys are watching anything on YouTube, you guys can just share what ticker you're looking at in there. Just type it out. Unless you're watching GameStop, then just feel free to not type it out. You are? Alright, man. Drive safe. Don't go crazy. I'm sure many people tell you that. But I mean it. Good, good. Traded pre-market, so done for the day. I thought I'd come and chill. Say hi and chill. Oh, what's up, man? What did you trade? Did you trade SPY futures? Did you trade NASDAQ futures? What'd you trade? You're mowing at the moment, but wasn't gonna miss your first stream back. Damn. It's rough out there, Maddie. They got you mowing right now. Hey, just finish it up as fast as you can. Then you don't have to be out there as long. At least you're out there now before it gets crazier. It's even cool in Texas right now. I don't know about the weather everywhere right now, but I know here in Texas today it is insane. It was a cool 65 degrees when I walked out there. And windy. Very, very nice. You had NASDAQ longs. Good job, Valdora. What led to you getting into your longs earlier, Valdora? I like what you did, though, because a lot of pullback, and you could see in the pre-market session, it was just uppity up. I mean, they had a higher open. It was just nothing but continuation above good levels. 4 more greens, fam. You got this. Yo, what's up, E? How you doing, man? Loving this weather at the moment? Yeah, it's insane. It is unreal. You know it's good weather in Texas when someone just randomly like, damn, it feels good. No one ever says that. Morning, BB fam. Good morning, Vanessa. And yeah, we are getting a break of a pretty good resistance right now. We're just not getting a exciting reaction yet. Which it might just factor in because it's the first 10 minutes of the day. Not sure, but definitely a good break of a good resistance. Also, let's go back to our sectors. I think that was the most important aspect we didn't really highlight as much. Excuse me. I'm sorry, my throat's insane. XLK, that was the main mover. Once we got a higher open, I haven't really seen much else join the fight. I see discretionary is trying to help a little bit, actually. That's the first one I've seen help. So discretionary, which is your Amazon and Tesla sector, definitely check that one out. And then you can see XLK here. Oh, if you can see XLK here. This is your Apple, your semiconductors, Microsoft, all those stocks is in that sector. Excuse me again. And you can see they've got a higher open and they've moved up a little bit, which is pretty much all XLY has done. But every other sector, which is what we're trying to highlight now, isn't really helping us out. Regardless of them getting a higher open or not, I'm not really seeing much else continue up, right? Which is really what we're needing to see for SPY to continue up. So if you're someone who's watching SPY, it's a little bit of a struggle right now because tech and discretionary are kind of on their own and they're really not doing anything exciting on their own. So potentially seeing a breakdown of today's open, today's low area right now. If we see a hold of this area, I have to assume that we are about to just launch off this like a jump pad and hit 547.10. We'll see though. Good morning, Prop Street. I was actually giving you props on your IWM post, man. Thank you. You took a bullish retest at the 50 EMA, only caught 30 points, but didn't want to hold. Hey, it doesn't matter about that. Yeah, no. Good job, Valdora. Round of applause. Thanks, fam. Well, watching and listening. Good to hear, Alexis. If you have any posts or any swings you're looking at later, Alexis, let me know. I'm always happy to hear what you guys are looking at. Noxta kept me informed even though I wasn't streaming as much. I was still posting watch lists and stuff every day, but he had a lot of good just daily charts on watch. It was crazy. But yeah, shout outs to Eric, Prop, and Noxta for keeping the chat going. Shout out to Garden Trader too, honestly. You still hold it down in the post charts channel. Where other people lack, you do not. Turtle on a Rock's looking at Palantir. Dynac type GME. You know me so well. See if IWM's having any extra fun. Not really. Tesla, really exciting move over that 216.60 off of the watch list. Meta, nice move and hold off of 506 so far, but we'll see if we get that extra retest. Those midterm retests are my favorite. All you gotta do is if you ever see a level break that you're watching on either direction, and then you see an exciting move, but you don't want to take that 40%, just draw a fib from that level you're looking at to the high of that move, or if it's to the downside, to the low of that move, right? And then just highlight that little fib area, right? Delete everything else so you don't have to overwhelm yourself with all these different levels and stuff, and just watch that area, right? Whoops, I didn't mean to duplicate it. So like in this case, you know, let's say we're too scared. We don't want to take the 40% entry. You know, that's baby talk, right? Who wants to take a really amateur 40% entry? No one does, right? Let's be an expert here. Let's highlight that fib there off of an important level we're watching. I mean, this isn't really a fib you should be drawing yet on this chart. I'm just trying to show you a good example. But that'd be a good midterm to look for, right? Just giving yourself something that's more calculated to look for, right? Oh, if it holds this, I will continue to hold my position to the upside. If it breaks this, then I will see for the downside, blah, blah, blah. Or I will just leave it alone, you know? Set a condition for yourself at a calculated spot is what I'm trying to get at. Create a good plan. It's okay to be wrong, but don't just be shooting in the wind. Don't just be guessing. If you're gonna lose in a calculated way. If anybody in here has ever seen the movie The Patriot, they always say aim small, miss small. It's the exact same concept. You don't want to just start shooting everywhere. If you're gonna miss like a pro. I didn't even click on the semis again. How are those doing still? Nvidia did move up from 105. It hit the next level, but they're struggling at 106.50. So that'll be the next break above level to try to reach the next area at 108. A breakdown on 104.50 can bring 103.80. AMD trying to hold on to its gains. It looks like it wants to try to test over 137.50. If it can reach that other day's high, previous day high. Sorry, Friday high. I was saying because I was trying to figure out if that was Friday or if that was Thursday. Let's see here though. Spy, yeah. Same story. Nothing changing. Valhalla every trade. No. No YOLO. But yeah, Valdora, anytime you have anything going on, man, feel free to post it in the chat. Don't think it's too early or too late in the day for, for chat. It doesn't matter. If someone gets annoyed by a notification on Discord, they should just edit their Discord, because you can customize all that. But yeah, feel free to post any of those trades or reviews of your trades if you want as well, Valdora. I'm always happy to see futures trades. Every trader really should see each other as an equal. It has nothing to do with what kind of market you trade. It doesn't matter if you trade futures, commodities, equities. I really don't care. All of it's the same. They all have levels. They all have price history. So there's always something to learn from them. What's up, everybody on YouTube? How's everyone doing? We've got almost 40 people in here right now. Traders, what should I say? 40 people. Of course, watching Moderna closely if they can manage to hold above 75. I'm gonna have to check that out. You're good, Valdora. I appreciate that. I actually appreciate that a lot more than you know, because there's a lot of people who don't have that same presence of mind or like awareness. It's like, okay, dude, what are you doing? But it doesn't have to mean like, that only. It's not like you should only be trading off of that EMA. You have levels on your screen, I'm sure, or in your head that, or you're kind of paying attention to on your screen. You don't always have to have it drawn, but good job either way. It's about those basic concepts, I mean, if you think about it, you basically took an 80%. You took a retest trade. You saw it hold an area. You liked how it went above something, held it, and you like how it, again, gave yourself a little idea. It either holds this or it doesn't, giving you a calculated plan to trade. That basic concept right there that you did, that's very calculated. It gives you something. It's conditional. I keep saying calculated. I mean to say conditional. You want to be conditional, like we always say. If this, then that. If this, then that. If that, then this. If that, then this. Therefore, you're never locked in a corner without a game plan. And then, Spy is trying its best to hold on to that little area. I guess I could zoom in a little bit more. It looks kind of small. A hold of this area would bring a nice move towards 547.10 most likely. Like we said earlier, though, we're kind of watching the... Where's my arrow? We're kind of watching the sectors. We can see tech and discretionary really by themselves in that upside move. Oh, healthcare. Actually getting a green candle on the chart. The banks are just stuck in space right now, so we'll just leave them alone for a bit. Oh, and there we go. Comms getting some movement. Okay. So tech and discretionary not by themselves now. We see a little bit of extra movement, so I do kind of expect SPY to move up a little bit more here as long as that trend continues. Again, seeing comms, XLC, sorry, XLY, and XLK work together to the upside. Also, seeing XLV go up is a great sign as well. Hidden fact, this is the second largest sector in the market, but a lot of people don't pay attention to it because it's really boring to watch healthcare stocks, I'll be honest. But there are only a few of them that are really exciting. Like we always have Alexis watching Moderna. We always have Sherman and me watching UNH because they're just really fun to watch. Now, they might not be the most exciting, but they are very powerful and they have a very strong impact on the market. So whenever you see those move, you will feel it on SPY. So that's why it's very important to keep track of XLV. Tech, guys, tech's actually breaking down. Tech is breaking down while healthcare is moving back up. Banks are kind of flat. Discretionary slowing down. I'm not going to say breaking down on that one because it is above very good levels still. And comms trying their best to keep continuing up. So we have a big mix, honestly. This is very, very indecisive. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say confusing. We're going to say indecisive. Let's zoom it like that for a second. Does that make sense, though, to everybody? I was kind of rambling, but... You know, seeing the sectors kind of pull and push on each other, we're not really seeing a huge decisive move by all of them as a team. We're just kind of seeing random individual moves by each one of them. You're in coin calls up 11% at the moment. Good stuff, man. Oh, good job. I didn't get to see it in time, but it looks like they are above the watch list level. And they have open air towards 158. Now, I would probably watch 156 just because it is an in-between level. You could see a little bit of a wick up towards it right there. 156.20, 156 area. So keep that as like a good midterm target, but 158.12's right there. Be nice if you get that move. Damn, Netflix launched from 674. See, that's what SPY should look like is if the sectors continue to hold, but we'll see if that happens. IWM struggling, but still above good levels, still above good higher lows. Again, if you go from the low of that latest move, you can see there's a good higher low holding here as well as here. So it's not a really horrible trend now for that chart. We're just got to see them make new highs finally. Same for SPY though. We're just going to see them settling here. If we can get a pop over, looks like 545.30, should get a move up. Should free up those bids, but we'll see. Nice move from 542, and that was a good slowdown spot to leave that fib that we drew earlier as an example, but does not matter. They held 506 regardless and are moving up to 510.60 with 513.25 just above. Very nice from the little game plan we went over in the live stream earlier this morning. Tesla did move up from the area, hit the first level, came right back down, and is testing that very important area again. Potential breakdown of this area can bring 213.92. A hold of this area will bring a test again of today's high where we stopped at that level. Go back to SPY and see what's happening. Nothing yet. Alright, well that's our little update on the sectors and some of the important market weights that we have on our watch list today. We'll go over them again in a couple minutes. I'll probably wait another 9, 10, 15 minutes to go over them again. We'll go over any updates if anything happens in between then. If you guys are watching anything or trading anything, feel free to talk about them in the Discord or the YouTube. I'm sure some of you want to be in Discord to actually post a chart. If you guys are in YouTube and you're just dropping some updates, definitely appreciated. And like I said earlier, if you guys are in the Discord, check out the daily updates channel. Eric always posts a lot of really cool information in there. If you guys have premium, definitely check out the small caps channel. Prop Street always does a good job of posting the IWM chart in there with really good just levels. I mean, really, it's just the system all put in place. Hitting fib from the drop of the previous day. Oh, okay. I did not draw that same fib as you, but good looks, React. like I said, just glad to hear a good kind of conditional idea, a calculated plan. You know, you're not doing a bunch of random guessing. That's all that matters. Oh, my bad, Andrew. I didn't even see you say that, man. But yes, I agree. Watching Apple. Here comes the pop. IWM trying to hold the open. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of good updates in chat, regardless of who they come from. Yep, I see you, Andrew. Very, very clean chart. It feels too, once it pops one of those spots, it's going to be very quick. I mean, who actually knows for sure? I'm just assuming. I'm not going to try to pretend like I know the future. But it definitely feels that way. And yeah, good morning everybody in the YouTube or Discord stream. Glad to have you all. Feel free to talk about any updates or anything you might be looking at in the trade floor or in the YouTube stream. I'm kind of clicking back between both. But good to see you all. If you are in the YouTube stream, I do highly appreciate a like on the stream. It helps out a ton. Not crazy movement yet, but I like the higher open we got. That definitely starts the... kind of sets the tone. If we could just get some follow-up with the sectors as a whole, or, you know, a couple of them together. Even just XLK and XLY alone would be enough. That Andrew guy be popping up a lot of his in my head sometimes what he says. Honestly, I think about that with a lot of you in there. I can kind of remember a lot of y'all's little posts in there. But that's good, though. If you feel like someone's message resonates with you, like, that's good. Because that means they're... either one, y'all are saying the exact same thing. Or two, you're both looking at it and you're getting the same result. Or same idea out of it, you know. Which I guess isn't the worst thing. But it's to be expected, especially if you're in the same Discord, because a lot of us do look at the levels and the EMAs and just the concepts, you know, the 40% to 80%. These are just good concepts, regardless of using it with levels or not. You know, it's fine. But I still see a lot of you guys do that, and that's really cool. Don't take my info as always right, still earning. No, you're good, and no one should. No one in here should. Same with me. You should never take anything I say. And that's why you'll always hear me talk a certain way. You know, I might yap a little bit, but, like, I don't like to ever be like, guys, this is 100% bullish. Make sure you are in calls or you are just blind as a bat. You know, don't ever do that. You should never be 100% bullish or 100% bearish. It's good to have a feel for both sides. Quick 30% profit, that Moderna pop, nothing crazy. He just said 30%, nothing crazy. Killing it, Alexis. Good stuff, good stuff, man. Actually, let me check out that chart. You know, mine's not moving a whole lot. Let me at least check out yours. Oh my god. This man just said nothing crazy after me. That's crazy. That's nuts. What am I even looking at here? Okay, this is clearly from the weekly or monthly. I was cooking here. Damn, it went up to the fib. Made a new low. Ooh, do you know what today is, Alexis? Do you know what today is, what this candle's doing? That's actually crazy what you just traded. If you did this with the presence of mind that it was doing this, I would be so proud of you. Hold on, let me draw that level. I gotta see it from that one. Oh my god. That's exactly what you want to see after that, too. Does anybody know what this little... I don't want to say... I don't want to give you the hint, because then it gives it away. But does anybody know what this concept is, I guess, is what I should say? Does anybody know what we call this? This chart lost and made a new low on the chart. A few days later, it retook that newly made low. So if you go to that level and combine it with a little bit of that high, you know, because it's fair enough. A little tedious there. You can see it's a very, very strong spot for a break above, but also this is probably where a lot of people were looking for a rejection more than not. So getting the break above, causing two things. One, people closing their positions because they were stuck in positions that were going to the downside. Two, people going into positions to the upside. So that's two, lanes of traffic jumping into this chart at the exact same time for different reasons, but it doesn't matter. Both of those cause it to go up a lot more at the same time, and that's where you get these big exciting moves, is when you get that retake of that low. In my community, we call this the 90% entry, just because that concept is so strong. But that's a very interesting trade you just did, Alexis. Above 74.43 and it was gone. Pretty cool how this next candle too, the little wick, retested it too. That's some of those orders that I kind of mentioned. Some people are like, oh crap, I gotta get out. Other people are like, oh my god, I gotta get in. Both of those causing the chart to move up. SPY trying its best to move up at all. It's still holding on to the area we need it to hold. It is making a new high. Let's see what sectors are moving up together. So we see tech did make a new low. They're retaking. That actually looks very ugly. If they can hold 207, I'll be a little more comfortable with the tech chart, but that's not looking as hot as it was before. It's a little weird that healthcare is one of our stronger charts now in terms of on the day, because not a lot of time do you see healthcare and tech go up at the same time. But it's all right if they do. Just a little weird. Banks actually finally grinding up a little bit more. So did discretionary, and comms actually looking really well as well. One of the better looking charts today in terms of the sectors. But they're kind of at this next little supply area. I don't want to draw this. You shouldn't either. But I can't beg to question, like, this is a supply. If you go from the high to the open of that green candle there, where they kind of broke down, slowed down, then continued to break down from there as well. They're inside of that, so it's just a little awkward for them. Nvidia, good hold. AMD just needs to get over 137.50, but a breakdown of 136.10, I would definitely say takes some of the confidence out of that move. Apple actually to the downside. I didn't even realize because we're talking about all these upside moves. Actually, if you look on my watch list on the left, that's the only red one. Poor Apple. I guess you should just be watching Microsoft right now if you're concerned about tech then, because they are the heaviest weight. And they are also breaking down. They aren't red on the day, because again, we got the higher open. But they are breaking today's open. Begs the question if this move is a little weak or not. We definitely need to monitor the tech weights then. Some of them are weak, some of them are not. But the most important ones are not looking too hot. I love the two little hammers on the daily historical support. Me and Noxta were checking it up last week. Oh, nice. Okay, so you liked it for a completely different reason. Well, good job, man. Well, that was the reason you got that big move. Just remember that. Remember everything we just went over, because that concept is very important. Not only did you have that set up with your hammers pulling up, I don't know if it was even out of spot or not. I didn't even check historical levels yet, but I will later. But that was very cool seeing that trade. But either way, good job, Alexis. And very cool to see you and Noxta working on another idea together. Because, yeah, Noxta is really cool, man. I don't care where you are in the community. If you're someone who likes to swing trade, you gotta tag him on some ideas that you're looking at, because he will help you out a lot. He's very, 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 I'm not going to say experienced, but I will say he is in tune. He is very in tune with what he wants to do and with what he's looking at. So I think give him more time, he'll be one of the most dangerous swing traders around. I already think he is. That's because it's me and I hype everybody up. But I genuinely believe that about Noxta. In the next couple years, you'll see him just destroy it. But he's helped me a lot, honestly. It's funny too. Like, that's how you know someone's like really good at trading or not, honestly. When they pick up on your concepts and then they improve on them, it's funny. And like, you'd be a piece of shit to think less of them, if you're like, oh, you shouldn't be changing my system. Like, if anything, you should be empowering them. That's exactly what I like to do, because if anything, Leland, Noxta, and there's plenty of people just like that in our chat, but But these two definitely have had huge impact on the system and different rules that we use and different concepts that we use. Just through back testing, through taking through taking trades, through experience. But very, very cool. And it's not just them two. There's a lot more than that in chat. I just thinking on two randoms. Like back in the day, if I would have left Discord for a single day, this would have been on fire. But now, because there's so many experienced people in here, I walk away for a day and I could completely trust that it'll be here the next day. Which is weird, but pretty cool. Damn, Carter, I see you. Oh yeah, IWM is getting some good movement. Very nice hold at that 208 level. Damn, you're already up that much before it started moving even more as well. Good for you, man. Very nice trade. I was just about to ask, did React close his trade? Then I checked. Then I checked the results and review channel. Let me check that chart again. Ooh, very nice. Okay, so React and Carter off to a hot start today, both getting some really nice plays. React on the coin upside move. And, sorry, Carter on the retest move on IWM. Good job. Good reasoning, too. Not just random guessing like we talked about. Good stuff. I really wanted to see more from the semiconductors, I'll be honest with you guys. I think the combination of those not continuing up and then the combination of Apple and Microsoft both breaking down even just a little bit is definitely hurting tech's chances of continuing up right here, right now. But I wouldn't say it's over yet. Still got today's open, today's low to keep in mind. If we get a breakdown of that, I have to assume we want to keep going down. But we did have a little bit of an inside bar pop up here, and then they broke up on tech. So still leaves a question, do they have power to go back up again? And nothing else fell super heavy, except comms just now, but I mean, nothing fell under anything, so I mean, no reason to be scared yet. Still holding a lot of the higher opens gains. But the more we don't make a new high and continue on to the next resistance, the more it makes me want to see that breakdown. But we'll see. Don't want to just randomly jump into trades. Microsoft still continuing to break down under a good level. JPM doing great today, damn. Bank of America doing pretty good today. Alright, back to SPY. I'll quit boring y'all with clicking through everything. Oh, nice job, Carter. I'm glad you guys are posting those quick. It's honestly best to post your reviews as fast as you can, so you get it out of the way. But also, it's fresh on your mind, so you get honestly the realest version of your review right then and there. The most thorough version. I guess Kindred slept in today. Oh, yo, I posted this the other day, but how many of you got a chance to actually review Friday's watch list? I posted that before the market was open. So I was just curious to see how many of you had a chance to actually go back and review yet. A lot of really cool breakdowns on that watch list. And it's not every day that every ticker is going to work. That's not why I'm going over it. But really cool to go back and just kind of break down, all right, what kind of entry happened here? What kind of entry happened at that level that we talked about? You know, it's just good to look at that. So when you see it again in the future, you're not as hesitant. You've seen it before. It's muscle memory. You're able to act on it. Still seeing just a weak hold here on SPY, guys. 544.50, 545 area. Kind of watching that. Very weak hold so far. We already talked about the sector breakdown. IWM taking advantage of the small caps not being seen as much. Definitely a very good reason to watch IWM is for that alone. Just because whenever everyone's staring at SPY, IWM starts moving. When people ignore small caps, that's when it starts to move. Netflix, huge moves today. Jumped up to 684. They're already back down to 675. A lot of movement on Netflix today. Alright, looks like they are still holding. Higher probability tells us that we should reach towards 547.10. But we definitely need to see our sectors work together. Which right now it looks like most of them are. Comms need to slow down and just hold, if anything. Same for tech. They don't even really need to move up. We just need them to hold while the rest of them move up. We'll see though if we get that or the vice versa scenario. But let me know, guys. It's been about 39 minutes, almost 40 minutes since open. How's everyone doing? We've already seen a few of you take really nice trades. I'm sure a lot of you guys are just kind of chilling since it's the beginning of a new week, which is totally fine. I think that's great to just kind of wait, get information, kind of get a vibe check on the market, really, in short, and then figure out what you want to do. That's where some of your best trades are going to be too, when you kind of wait for it, wait for your moment, get a feel for it, if that makes sense. Yeah, if you guys have any questions though or anything, feel free to drop them. But besides that, we're just going to keep dropping updates and looking at stuff. What's up, Devontae? Glad to see you still educating. Let me go check Discord and sharpen up my skills again. Next week I'll trade, but it's great to know my teacher is still educating. I never think of myself as a teacher, honestly. I just see it as a community of people working on a single system, making it better and better and better. That monthly emerging candle back from 2020, straight up BB levels. Those are always fun, Alexis, honestly. Those are my favorite to look at whenever you're like, damn, I just took a sick trade. And then you're like, all right, let me go see where that level's from. And then you go look and it's from like long ass time ago. Which 2020 is only 4 years ago, but it's still nice to see. Because again, our whole system is derived from historical information. That's it. Price history. You can say levels, you can say EMAs, all that stuff, but I mean, most of that stuff derives straight up from price history. But that's where literally all of our levels come from. And finally, some nice movement on SPY. I'm sure you guys are very happy about that. Looks like tech finally getting some more movement. Let's go see Apple, Microsoft. Looks like Apple is doing pretty well. I want to check Microsoft real quick as well. I see they're up a little bit more from that dip we saw them take. Come on. Yep, there they are. I also want to see the semiconductors. Are those finally moving yet? No, they are not. AMD, watch 137.50. If everything does continue to move up, that'll be a very nice watch. Same for same for Nvidia, 106.50. I almost just said AMD twice. I didn't see what gave us this super exciting move, but I really don't care. Just happy to see us getting some movement. MSTR, I really don't even know why I have this on my watch list, guys. I'm gonna be real with you guys, but it gets a lot of movement, and the daily time frame has really clean candlestick patterns. So I think I'm gonna try to watch that one a lot more. Honestly, Devontae, when I saw Devontae Bender type, I thought it was you, but then I was like, wait, it can't be. They spelled Devontae different. He's got like Devontae Adams Devontae. Yeah. First time I've seen a similar name in here. Oh, the 10-10 algos ushed up. I was like, what? What? I was like trying to understand what you meant at first. I was like, maybe they typed it wrong. But no, no, you were completely correct. It's always the 10-minute mark after 9 o'clock for me. I'm central. I was like, what? But no, that makes a lot more sense now that I read it like 3 times. Which, regardless of people calling them algos or not, that is definitely the time that move, whatever you want to call it, happens. It's kind of like the last 10-minute, move of the day where you get those rebalancing moves. Good morning, Mel. Good to see you, man. And anybody else in the Discord, I see Mel typing in the little channel there. Visa's making good moves. Hayes said, trying to take 50% on IWM and all good for today. Oh, damn, dude, that's not bad at all. 50%. I was trying to tell you guys, like, people, I see some of you guys always dog on, like, making 20%. You're like, oh, it's a small gain. Like, no, it's really not. 20% is really not that small of a gain. So if you're pulling out 50, really not complaining about that. Let me check out Visa real quick. JC. Whoa, you are not kidding. They are definitely making moves. I gotta rechart this. That's not gonna work. So I'm just jumping to the monthly. It's just a pretty easy way to get some levels for a daily time frame view. And then I'm gonna grab the all-time high, but I'm gonna dot the line so I remember that it's temporary. Then I like to go to the daily to look at it, and we can see they are passing a pretty significant historical level at 282.64. So probability says they should go work towards all-time high if they close over this today like they are now, but we'll see. Very good move over a good level. That's what we want to look at. And then if you want to zoom down to smaller time frames like I am, it's very helpful to look at that import level and see what could you have done on the smaller time frames to either take a trade or just to review it. I hate to say that too, because I don't want you guys to look at this stuff and be like, oh, it has to be for a trade every time. Like, no, it doesn't. It could just be for information or to give yourself something. You know, you don't always have to take a trade on every single thing you see. But even if it's just for review to get that rep. If you hear me typing, I'm pumping up Kindred. That last post he put on Tesla, he was like, "Man, fuck Tesla." Excuse my language, but that's pretty funny. Past 2 weeks or so, noticed a lot of moves around 10 a.m., 10:10. No, you're not tripping. That is definitely a thing. It is definitely a thing. It's always like that 40 to 50 minute mark, and then it's kind of like that, like I said earlier, it's like that last 10-minute move, 10-minute of the day move. A lot of data seems to come out around that time too, so I think that's just like a natural response even when there isn't, but regardless, it is definitely a thing. You're not crazy. Well, you might be crazy, but not for this reason. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Be sure to like it if you're on YouTube. If you guys have any updates, feel free to share as well. I try to read out as many of y'all's updates as I can. I don't want it to just be about what I'm looking at or what I think. I like to read y'all's opinions as well. You got rusty, you haven't traded for about 2.5 months. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's okay to be rusty, because like I was just saying too, you could just, again, get back into it mind-wise. I wouldn't start just instantly trading. You know, I don't remember a single professional player who got injured and then just instantly started playing again. They would kind of warm up to it again, you know, try to get their confidence back up. It's not just about your confidence either. It's also about getting some reps, you know, so go out there, go back test. Review some watch list. Honestly, like I just said too, Friday's watch list was a great example. I would go clear every single chart that's on that watch list. I would go redraw every single level that was posted, and I would just review what kind of entries were there. Did a trade ever fail? You know, and if it did, where could you have stopped out? You know, don't just review the good, review the bad as well. Therefore, when you get back into actually trading, you know, you're not lost out there in the middle of the ocean. You know, you're actually able to make a decision. You're not just, you know, lost. I hate that feeling. Lost and don't know what to do next. That's the whole point of our system, our routine that we go through, and that we've gone over together for so long now, these past few years. Because having a routine gives you potential consistency. I'm not going to say it does give you consistency, but it gives you potential consistency because you have something to fall back on. You know, you lose a trade, okay, bam, go review. You know, whereas someone who doesn't have a system set up, they're not thinking like that. They're not thinking like, oh, once I lose a trade, let me go review what I did wrong and I can correct my mistakes and hopefully in the future, you know, better myself. You know, normal traders aren't thinking like that. Give yourself that routine. Dan, this is your first time in here. Glad to have you. This is actually my first stream back in a little bit. But regardless, glad to see you. Definitely be sure to kind of skim through the beginning of the stream too, get some good information on kind of the day before things started moving. I'm really big on the before, the during, and the after, before you get the full effect of everything. But regardless, glad to have you. But yeah, Mel, take what I said, man, and take your time. If that's what you're doing. If you're not even worrying to get back into the trade, it's okay. IWM 210 call. Damn, Hayes, I see you. Hayes, I saw you've been holding it down while I was gone. Keeping the vibes up, man. Thank you for that. I saw a couple of you working together as well, which is really awesome to see. I think I saw you and Kevo. Or maybe that was someone else. I'm pretty sure it was Kevo, though. You're here and there. Well, I appreciate it, man. I was stalking all of you. I saw who was typing and who wasn't, who was keeping each other going. Because, again, that's really what it shows. You know, I shouldn't have to be here for someone to be motivated to trade or like, oh, Bueller's not streaming. Like, you should go through your routine regardless of me being here or not. So I'm just happy to see certain people still going through the motions without me. I'm on IWM. Just go up like 10% real quick. Oh, 210 actually is the level to look for. which I guess that's pretty obvious. You can see a good rejection here from the other day. But if they give a good hold of this shoulder over here, this would actually be a great change in trend for the chart. Because again, we have been on the breakdown for the past 4 or 5 days in a lot of these bigger charts. But if you see from yesterday's low, sorry, Friday's low, I keep saying yesterday, we have multiple lows holding higher than that low. So that's a very good potential change in trend. I'm not going to say it is, but if you get a good hold over 210 or a good hold of the shoulder here, potentially good sign for IWM to continue moving up. Also, what's up, Spy? You finally got some movement and then you gave up. But a lot of us kind of felt that, didn't we? We already knew that tech wasn't in the greatest of shapes. They really needed to hold that new high, and they did not. The rest of these sectors really aren't looking too bad. That kind of sucks tech isn't giving them that movement. I would say XLC is definitely in one of the weakest positions, not only on the day, but just, you know, looking at their chart from open. Definitely not in one of the great spots. So XLC, XLK, still kind of the hot topic on the day. The Goldilocks zone. Good post, Andrew. Tesla's like, I swear I'm bullish. I swear I'm bullish. Alright, let's see if we get the breakdown of 544.50s, or are they going to try to hold here again? If we do get the breakdown, you're going to see me probably click over to the sectors, and then I'm probably going to go back through some of the top weights. It's just going to be for a quick check to see what all is participating in this if it does fall. Because I want to see what's making us drop. But I really don't care to see yet until we actually see the breakdown. And until I see that, we're just still holding. Should still be seeing the same movement from the same sectors until we see a change, really. Too busy to even trade. I have too much on the go. That's totally fine, Mel. In a way, it's good to be busy. We always trade but miss the streams. You're good, Carnage. You should have me here every day this week, including Friday. And I'm not joking. One of you better find a game for us to play Friday. I'm holding it against you all. Even though I'm the streamer. Ace. This dude didn't type until I started talking about video games. That is crazy. Wins marble. Yo, high key though, we should do a Twitch stream if you guys want to play marbles. It's just impossible on YouTube. If we want to play marbles, we have to go to Twitch. Woke up late, but I'm good to be back. Good to see you, Maddie. Be sure to skim through the stream if you can. Catch up to some of the different topics we talked about. Mainly whenever SPY, some of the sectors moving, some of the weights of those sectors. IWM, Coin, Tesla, AMD, Nvidia. These are some of the ones I've clicked on the most. Microsoft, Apple. Gap, drop. Some, then go. Reading that at first, I thought I was reading a cheat code. September, holding pre-market high and 50% for the day. And yeah, Andrew, weren't you the one who posted the, it was before I stopped streaming like a few weeks ago, but I remember someone in chat breaking down, it was like stats on every September for the past like 10, 15 years or whatever, or maybe it was 20 years. It was something crazy. But yeah, September is historically a bearish month. Yeah, that was you. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I always like stuff like that because that's like, those are facts. You know, when you're going over historical data, historical price action, you're going over things that are set in stone. It's things we can have a lot more, I'm not going to say 100% trust, but it's things you can have a lot more confidence in. Because you should never 100% trade off of any of this, but I definitely am close to it. You know, it's very nice to have a lot of confidence in historical facts. You know, if something's telling you 9 times out of 10 we're going down, you should probably listen to it. But thank you for posting that. I thought that was very interesting. See, I be lurking. I read everybody's messages. Oh, you did a OB. I just now saw what Carter did. That nerd. If you guys click on trade floor and scroll up to about 8:55 a.m. or whoops, that'd be Central Standard Time. You guys are all in different time zones. But if you scroll up and look for Prop Street's post, he's circling a candle that's numbered 3 under it. If you guys look at that, essentially, if you want to break this down, and I like to do this because it helps me remember the concepts, but dumb down your trades as much as you can. You know, essentially, this trade is just an 80% entry, right? But what is that candle? It's not just an OB, you know, and essentially it's a bullish engulfing at a retest spot. So it's what? A pattern with good positioning. So very, very good confidence in that trade. But I thought that was interesting. I just now saw that. Is that different than the... Oh, no, it's the same post. It's a little bit easier to see in the trade floor one. Okay. My bad, I did already look at it. But very, very cool to see on that trade floor post because you can kind of see the result of it before the breakout. It's easy to say something looks good when there's like a bunch of movement behind it, but it's kind of cool to see it when it's in the moment, really. Like I said, that before, the during, the after. I don't know why I keep trying to click off SPY. I need to stay on SPY for a minute. And an hour has gone by, at least on the live market session. We have a lot more information now. We now have a lot more information, not just consolidation above 544.50 to 545. And if we get a breakdown of that, like we're possibly seeing right now, as I'm trying to say it, we could get a good move down to 542.79. We also have 542 right there. So we have a little bit of an area here we're looking at. And if we get a breakdown of that entire area, we probably are going to make it down to those Friday lows. Woot X playing Amazon Poots. I do remember them looking pretty weak earlier on. Good breakdown. Okay. I see what you're looking at. And yeah, also good to watch Tesla too, which if Tesla holds under 218.60, it's looking really good for you. And XLY is the sector you're trading. And they are rejecting a zone, so that's also good for you. You have a couple things you can kind of pay attention to on that one. 3 cons, 544 put, same day. Yeah, if you get a continued hold under this highlighted area, it begs the question, 2 things, which really you don't even need levels for this. If you go from the previous day close to today's open, you can see it pretty much lines up with those levels, so that's why I haven't really been drawing them back and forth. But they match pretty much. So these are the 2 levels we're watching, right? So if it does continue, it should at least hit 542.80. At least. Oops. I just smacked my desk. So we're still looking for a close. Could also be looking for a retest rejection to follow up after if it doesn't just fall through the floor. And a good retake of this area would be a really good amount of, like I said earlier with the Moderna trade that Alexis took, the liquidity grab. It'd be a very good liquidity grab for upside movement. So there's a few scenarios here based on the important area we're watching, but that's really what this is. This is a big pivot point. If you guys don't know what a pivot point is, if you guys have ever been to a restaurant, sometimes they have those big swing doors that go back and forth so the people can go in and out with all the different trays and the food and everything, and the dishes and stuff. That's what a pivot point is. It's a door that swings both ways. Yep, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. And yeah, you don't have to DM me. You can post in the chat. Unless you're just not willing to. That's fine too. Just know I won't be able to see it as much. If you post on YouTube or in the trade floor, I'll see it pretty instantly. Oh, you're actually in stream today. I see what you're saying. My bad. What's up, Mike? Miker, sorry. How dare I? Apple shooting star at fib and 210 puts light. Look at React, man. Just straight to the point. He said, yo, recession back on. I swear, bro. One of these days, I'm gonna have someone set me up a bot that counts every... Like, I'm gonna make it to where it, like, has a database of every message you've ever sent, and I'm gonna make it count how many times recession has been typed. I'm gonna make it count... I mean, I guess I could already do that. I'm typing in recession from Miker. You'll crash the CPU. Literally. But I was gonna say that one, and then the NVIDIA comments that used to say. Those are the OG Miker. Like, how's this thing still going up? I gotta get back to making meme. Yeah, yo, you do, man. You and Sinful been lacking, man. Y'all are supposed to be the comedians. What happened? Or capping. Fair enough. But yeah, you and Sinful used to be like the infrastructure of our stock market memes in here. Y'all had a recession. Our meme game had a recession in here. You know what I think it was? I think it was my fault. Because I said, no, you'll have to start posting in the meme channel. Y'all should just post it in the trade floor. Y'all should just circumvent that rule that I placed and just post the stock market memes in trade floor. But no spam. No spam, especially during live market hours, please. Because we do need to show some respect for people who are trying to be serious in that moment. Because that's really what my focus is. Like, I hate when, like, someone's, like, super focused, and then they're, like, they read chat for 5 seconds, and then they just lose track of time, and then they look back at their trade, and it's just like, what the hell happened? Because everyone here has done that before. It's easy to get lost, kind of looking at other things. And yeah, guys, we do have that close under. We'll see if we get that follow-up move now. The longer we stay under that highlighted area, the better for anybody who's looking for downside movement. Check out Palantir. I did see somebody type Palantir earlier. Jesus. I have never been a Palantir hater. I actually used to get hate for even liking this stock. But I don't know why. This was like one of the craziest... I think it's one of the coolest companies out there. Because it's so private. Intel went off as well. I'll check that out next. Turns Pharmaceutical. What's the news on this one? Oh, S&P's including them. Wow, good for them. Effective, yeah, September's going to be that. What's the word I'm looking for when they rebalance? There's a certain word they use when they rebalance the stocks that are chosen for the S&P. Because let's say they add 12 stocks to the S&P. They're also removing 12 stocks from the S&P. There's a word for it, though. It's not rebalancing. There's something else. Intel. Let me check out Intel. I didn't get to see that one. Okay, they're not like killing it, but nice higher open and some movement up today. It's actually kind of nice for them. Damn, are you telling me they're the best looking one in that sector? That's crazy. Oh, no, yeah, no, you don't gotta tell me, Miker. The 2 stocks, or I guess 3, I told people to watch 3 stocks while I was gone. I said, no matter how boring this might sound, I'm sorry, but you gotta listen. You gotta listen. Was Starbucks, which I'd never once said they would gap up like this. I was just saying I liked how they were consolidating and could move up. I never said they would do this. That was incredible. So I'm not taking credit for it, but it's nice to see it's up. Nike, very boring, but a lot of people ignore these stocks when people are just not paying attention to them, honestly. And Nike, Coca-Cola, Starbucks, these are a lot of really good examples. Coca-Cola is probably one of the strongest examples of this because it's Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is literally not going anywhere, ever. And there's a lot of very, very strong, impactful investors in this. Not just, it's a great company. The investors behind it are never going anywhere. But yeah, no, Coca-Cola is pretty crazy. I'm glad to see that for you. This has got to be one of the few stocks I swear I've probably never seen any hate on. And I don't remember what year it was, but for a long time, this was actually the most loved stock in the stock market. I don't know what is now, but you still have PayPal leaves. Yeah, I like PayPal as like an equity hold. I like people who are holding shares of this. I have nothing against PayPal. You've heard me defend PayPal against haters for a long time now. I just don't understand the impact of what people hate on this for. When it drops, people hate on it. It's like, okay, fine. If they lost market share, I would join the hate. I'd be like, yeah, PayPal's losing a grip on what they're trying to do, but they got a new CEO in the game. And he looks great. I mean, it looks like he wants to do great things for the company. And their market share has only gone up. If anything, other people who are trying to get into the game that PayPal is in has only shown struggle. And these names include Apple, Goldman Sachs. It's crazy. Like, these companies are failing at what PayPal does. They tried to take market share and they have failed. Maybe in the next 10 years they can grab some of it, but by then, who knows what PayPal might be doing. Also, the payment processing is crazy. If you guys just Google payment processing amounts by PayPal and the government and different people who process a lot of Tether. I know a lot of you guys like to use crypto and Tether and all that stuff. PayPal destroys all of them. It's like the government and then it's PayPal. Those are the two largest payment processing Tether users out there. It's a lot of money being processed. The company is damn near on a governmental level. I mean, they would have to literally burn up a bank to burn their money. But again, always do your own research. I just always like to look up market share. I like to look up if a company is actually profiting or not. I feel like market share, again, it was like one of the last things I talked about before I left. Market share is one of the most slept on points of a company, in my opinion. Like the moat of a company, What makes this company so much better than the others in its same sector? What makes it different than the rest? Alright, I'm done yapping. Let's look at what you guys are saying here on YouTube. We'll pop back in another time. I have to go. Wish everyone a profitable day. Thank you, Mel. You as well, man. Hope you have a great day. It's pretty cool. We got a community of just all kinds of people. Even when people aren't actively trading, they still feel like they have to check in. I think that's super cool. Andrew's saying, come on, darling, keep going down. You do have a very indecisive candle popping up here, which could play into your hand. Sorry. Can't speak English. Give us the move to 542.75. 542 even. Give us that little toe tap, maybe wick it up right here. That'd be pretty cool. Give Andrew what he wants. But a good retake of 544.50 and 545 would invalidate that heavy downside pressure, I would say. So just keep that in mind, guys. Pretty simple idea to keep on mind. Also, what are these new symbols I keep seeing? I'm very new to seeing these gray ones here. I just noticed them. It has to be conference call or something. The contract moves like shit. What are you trading? You're on Amazon puts, that's right. Yeah, you're really looking for your contract to free up, that is, Woot. It looks like you would actually need it to make the new low, not just get a little move down. You actually need the new low, it looks like. You're not liking it, you're done. Okay, okay. I'm not going to pressure you. I was just going to look at it too. Fair enough, though. If you don't feel comfortable in a trade, get out of it. I like that. Everyone always used to complain back in the day about, like, sucking at stop losses, but it's like, bro, you have the most natural stop loss in the world. You know, if you don't have that sense of urgency, there's something wrong. Andrew also pointing out contracts are possibly moving a little slower than usual. I didn't check, guys, so it's my fault, but do y'all have higher... Is there a higher IV today than usual? That would probably cause that little bit of sticky movement on the contracts. Like I said, that's why you would need that new low of day for some of those moves to move those contracts more, because that would free up that sticky feeling on those contracts, that higher volatility. You entered way on top. Okay, then that has to be playing into it then, the IV, and you were still break even. Yeah, that's 100% IV then. Yeah, that's stupid. Sorry you had to experience that. Let me check out the IV website real quick. I want to see what's the SPY targets. I don't remember their damn website. It was like SPY implied move. No, that's not the website. I'll have to go check my link channel thing. Triple Q at pre-market low. Mansion and Benz's. Great update. I have a pretty strong historical level there as well. AMD broke down. Nvidia broke down. Apple back to where it was when it broke down earlier. Microsoft continued to break down. Not a good sign from our heavier tech weights. Tesla's coiling up so much. Meta possibly losing 504, 506 range again. That was that live stream watch list view we were doing earlier. Microsoft, gigantic move today. Coin, after looking really good to the upside, losing 152.88, already back down to almost today's open. Same for Netflix. A little bit of different prices, of course, but they are just above today's open after breaking down again. And that was after an exciting move to the upside. They were actually one of the bigger moves on the day. Appreciate the stream, boss. Have to get off for a bit due to work. Hopefully I can catch y'all at Power Hour. Much love, everyone. See you later, Alexis. Have a great day, man. Be safe. Alright, back to SPY. We just updated like half of every chart. Let's see, do we get the continuation down? Do we get a free-flowing move to the downside, or is it just going to keep being a little slow? It's definitely taking its sweet time. Cody said we did break trend from last Friday. Kevo and some 5,400 poots. Mike, my bad. You said, it's a question for you guys. If you had to buy into market for longs shares, which would you prefer for 2+ years? SPY at 500 or Triple Q at 415? Wow, that's actually interesting. Let me think about that for a second. Okay. You asked because you sold puts at those prices on Friday. Okay, okay. I was about to ask that next. I was like, why 415? But fair enough. I'll be honest with you, with the one you said on Triple Q, I don't mind that one. Because I have historical levels drawn here. My bad, I'm looking at the wrong part of the chart. And you can see here, there's a breakup, pull down, blah, blah, blah. They make a retest on top of this range. And then when they make their liquidity grab, this is what I was talking about earlier, the 90% entry. They make that fake low, then they close back above with an inside bar, then they hold, retest, higher low, blah, blah, blah. But essentially, this, whatever the low of this is, 413, up to whatever the top of that red candle is, but I'm just going to highlight 417. I would say this right here, it's kind of like one of my more ultimate spots of like, all right, this is a make or break. Like if I ever see this break, I know that the uptrend is pretty effed. I know that this is going to be a very ugly chart for a while. So that one's probably not too stupid, because if you actually do get assigned, I don't know if I'd mind owning it there. So that's not a bad one. But then you said or SPY at 500. That one's tough. Because I feel like you'd be stupid to say no to that one. Exactly, less volatile. Tech is a lot more volatile. I don't know, man. I'd probably say SPY based off that. Because you're basically buying the same spot of the chart. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, either one's not dumb. Probably SPY. I would say SPY. Gun to head, SPY. And which to assign? Yeah, definitely SPY. I like that concept though. I always like looking at that stuff because I don't really trade like that myself, but I always like that concept because it's kind of like, do you mind owning it at this price kind of trade? You know, if you were wrong, would you mind owning it at this price? You know, so make sure you're choosing a good company or stock, which you're choosing SPY and Triple Q, so it's not anything bad there. Okay, can we draw our fib now? Okay, so I'm going to go, guys, this is from the level that we broke to the low of the move. It might not even doing anything, but I just wanted to draw it to see if we get the midterm retest. If we do, I want to see a breakdown. So I'm honestly just going to cheat and grab a rectangle. Whoops. Okay, let's redraw that. And then we're going to remove all of that so I don't have to stare at as much information. Try to keep it clean and simple. Wait, so Ace, and honestly anybody, are we doing Twitch on Friday? Because that would be cool. Twitch to do the marbles game. Because for some weird, I honestly don't understand reason, you can only like connect it on that, but you can't connect on YouTube. Which doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't they have YouTube integrated into it? It doesn't make any sense to me. There's probably not as many viewers or people on YouTube streams, but I'm sorry, but there's just no way. There's not that many. Like, there's got to be plenty of people watching YouTube streams. It's just hard to believe that there's no demand. But I do want to set that game up because that would be kind of fun to play. Maybe like a full day Friday or something. Wow, when we drew that fib, we're actually seeing a rejection of that midterm retest. I didn't think we would because we only had one candle go up. I like to see a few go up, but I guess one was enough. We'll see if we actually get a pullback away from this or not. Of course, a retake of all of this area, and then 545 would be actually good for upside, so keeping that in mind. But right now we are seeing a bearish midterm retest under today's open. Yeah, you should be able to join the YouTube gang. If you already have access in the, what's it called? What am I saying right now? Discord, sorry. You don't necessarily need this, but yeah, you can still join it. I have seen a bug, though. If it doesn't pop up for you, there's a chance that your YouTube needs to be updated, or maybe you're on your phone or something. But sometimes it just doesn't pop up for some people, and I have no clue why. I don't know what. Maybe it's like a regional thing. But if you've been a member before, you should be able to be one again. But like I said, if you're already in the Discord, you really don't need it. Some people do it just to support. Some people do it to just watch extra videos, because I do have a pretty good amount of videos there now. I think we have just under 100 there, and then a couple live streams, so we're basically at 100. And then I definitely try my best to upload every single one that's there to my lifetime guys, because I just don't see the point in making them sign up twice. That would just be weird. But I try to post as many as I can for my lifetime, my premium guys in Discord, just because it takes 5 seconds to download and re-upload. But good to see you, Pike. I recognize that name. Bouncing off the 9 EMA. Good looks, Andrew. The 9 EMA is definitely, you know, people who use the 8 or the 9, I always find it funny because it's really not that far off. But the 8 or the 9, either or, that has got to be the best short-term average line, regardless of using the EMA or just the MA. Doesn't matter. The 8 and the 9 are the best for short term, regardless of what time frame you're looking at too. If you're looking at the 1, the 5, the daily, it doesn't even matter. They're by far the best short term confirmation average lines I've ever back tested, and I have back tested them a fair amount of times. Honestly, to this day, there's days where I still back test some of my swing trades with the 9 EMA, just because I'm already looking at, you know, a pattern with positioning. I want to get a good trade off it, but if I also get that 9 EMA confirmation, it just makes me even happier. It makes me even more confident. Ooh, Kevo said SPY as well, Miker. Team mascot, King of Theta. General of assignments. General of being assigned. I know, I gotta fit that one in there somehow. I also got 100 premium. Per? Like per... So $4.99 cost. Oh, okay. I see now. Per 100 shares. Okay. Oh, that's right, because you get your premium for getting into the position, and then as long as it all goes right, you get to keep it. Nice. Delta is 0.06, so low chance by end of September. It's like a weird win-win scenario you set yourself up in. You either get assigned at a cost that you probably, you know, took into mind that you wouldn't mind owning it at. And on the other hand, if it does work out, you get to keep your money and the premium. Yeah, or that. Or that, the exact opposite of everything I just said. The price does the exact opposite of what you want. It is, but the downside is what happened at the start of this month. Spreads do protect. Yeah, it's like in my head, if you split it up, it's like you're covering 2 out of 3 of your bases, which is like very high probability, considering most trades don't do that. And yeah, Kevo is right. SPY is not holding current day open at the moment. And if you're going off a 5-minute candle closing, I have not seen a single candle close over that little fib area that we all drew together just now, the midterm retest. So this is, if anything, giving me more confidence that it does want to pull back to the downside. The fact that we have not closed over even that lower highlighted area that we just drew. If anything, I would say that increases my confidence. Oh, and there's our new low. We need to see a fresh push, though. Every time I get this new low, we don't get that continuation. The contracts are only going to move for that slight moment and then not so much after. So we need to see that continuation. So anybody who might be taking this to the downside actually get some movement in the contracts, not just pretty red candles. We don't want that. We want to get some good contract movement as well. Alright guys, it's been an hour and a half. Make sure you guys stand up. Don't just be sitting here. It's good to get some blood flowing. Make sure you guys have a water or something. Be hydrated. Don't just be sitting here dry mouthed and all that. Don't be dehydrated. So make sure you guys stand up for a couple minutes and just kind of like literally just go walk in a circle or something. But don't just sit there for that long. I'm sure some of you are at work, so you don't have that issue. You've already been walking around. We'll see you later, Miker. Good luck at the dentist appointment. Yeah, my bad, Pike. My bad. I was reading a little bit of Discord first, but I will go check it out. It looks like right now they're actually experiencing the same thing I'm looking at on SPY. We're kind of in a bearish retest. They just need to see that continuation of that recent low. But 135 seems to be in the way. I think this is the pre-market low, the way I have that marked off. They were actually looking really good for upside earlier, and then the more and more as time went on, it kind of just reversed. It actually looks like it wants to reject, like it sees today's open right there. Just needs that extra push under the last level there, that little barrier keeping it there. Today's low, pre-market low, kind of holding it there from falling more. A good push over today's open and the pre-market high would be a good sign to reach 137.50, but you can see what happened the first time, so looks like they also need to surpass that level too, if they want to make it higher up at least. Not bad movement though. I'd say these haven't moved like crazy, but at least they're moving. You know, we're getting some clean indications of what they're trying to do. You can see before Nvidia fell, they actually had a lower high under the recent high, and then they broke today's open. It wasn't just a straight fall, you know. Apple holding under a new low right now. It's not a good sign for anybody wanting to hold to the upside. Tech's definitely weak. Microsoft could do its best to try to build some consolidation here now that it has fallen down to near the previous day lows, but it's at the previous day close trying to hold, so that's a good sign. If they can hold and build consolidation there, that would be something for buyers to work towards, but it's not much yet. We need to see a lot more. And like I said, if you're anybody who's trading to the downside right now, you don't want to just see one fancy red candle. You need to see a few pop up to give you that exciting contract movement. Because if it just does this and they keep teetering up and down as they slowly move down, you're not going to have the greatest of contract movement, especially the smaller amount of time that you have. And yeah, Pike, if you have anything to add on to the AMD breakdown, go ahead. It's not like everything I say is absolute. If you guys have something to add on to it, I'd love to hear it. Oh, good job, Andrew. Round of applause for Andrew, guys. He said 200 EMA bounce. He's out for 25% profit. It hit his target of 543.30. Round of applause, man. Seriously. Great job. What's up, B West 50? How you doing, man? I try my best to care. Try my best. I'm looking for potential Nvidia calls above 105. That's from Daffy, guys. Definitely make sure you pay attention when Daffy types. Show your respect. React. Look at you. Holy crap, bro. Everybody's just killing it. React. Oh, I gotta type Haze. Haze. for this week's scalping, you're gonna stick to 50. I like that, man. I like that. I'm assuming you've, taken a bunch of trades and maybe you've gotten to the point where you're like, this is maybe where you want to start setting your main target. I think that's fine, dude. That's awesome. I love that you're setting these like parameters for yourself. This is calculated trading. And if you don't like it, again, you can adjust as much as you want, going into the next week or, however long you need. Good job, though, guys. Seriously, React, Hayes, anybody else typing in the trade for it, round of applause to you guys, seriously. I don't necessarily care about the winning or losing, but it looks like a few of you guys got a grip on whatever you're trying to do. So, good job. And hopefully some of us understood how the midterm fib works. The midterm retest fib works, because regardless of that giving us big moves or not yet, it sets up potential moves. It sets up potential ideas for potential trades. And yes, I said potential like 100 times. So, and again, and you got to remember, like, it always stems back to what I first said. Like, it's not about having a better strat than everyone else. It's just like, you got to remember, most people don't even have like a routine or a path ahead of them to take a trade, right? So if we're able to get ourselves in these opportunities like we are now and finding different concepts like the midterm retest or these different breakouts, and like what Hayes just did, adjusting week to week or month to month and kind of working on that over time, not only should your confidence go up, but your opportunities should be picking up. You should be finding better plays more often. And if not, then that's good. You should have that feel on that, like, oh, okay, I'm not actually looking at a good setup. This looks like crap. Let me just watch. That's fine too. It's not always like, oh, I have to attack this trade every single time. The small adjustments are everything. Which looks like a lot of you guys already know that. I'm more or less just kind of reinforcing. See if we get that continuation down. It could defer and just kind of consolidate here between that midterm retest spot and 542.79. Breakdown of 542.79 and 542 most likely will bring another pullback, another leg down towards 540. So just keep that in mind. Another $2 drop can happen. But we'll see. Kevo. The message that says, and I'm in quite a few. I read that in like a different like accent. And I'm in quite a few. Evil laugh. Ha ha ha. Hayes said, plan is better entry and big port scalp easy couple grand. Exactly. There's no need to go out and try to get rich every trade. Like if you're trading with a large amount, Hayes, what you just said is right on the money. Being that quick sniper. There's no need to shotgun, at every opportunity. Like what you just said is beautiful. Better entries, quick and easy scalps. You're giving yourself rules set to stand by. Because every move's going to be different. But you can react the same every single time. I like that's how you're treating it. You're being the consistency. Huge advice in that message. I like that a lot. Loss of 54.40, then 54.38 to bring down. Okay, Kevin's continuously posting his updates for anybody who might be watching him on Trade Floor. So in theory, I would want 54.20s. Which 54.20s is very possible. Ah, look at you guys. Already posting tons of results and review posts. Regardless of them being real or mental or paper. I love seeing this. Oh, nice, Maddie. I was actually curious if you were going to trade that again. You did. Oh, and nice, Andrew. You've already posted. You're very fast. Let's see what you did. I mean, I was here for it, but I always like to look as well. You got the breakdown of today's open. Or Doji followed up. See, I love that when you guys take these trade, because this isn't, I mean, this is a 40% entry under the today's open, but it's a little bit more than that because we had more information than that, right? If you're going to take those trades, you got to understand that you got to continuously hold under that level, right? So until you get that close up, you just got to stay in it. And you did. You didn't whine or get out of it. And as soon as it flushed down to the next level, you were able to take profits. Good job. And Good on us, because it didn't take an hour to do it. It took 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25 minutes. Which is not the worst. Round of applause, though. Huge post in the Result and Review channel by a lot of different traders in here today. Andrew, Matty Clams, Carter, also known as Prop Street, React. We had a couple people on the trade floor as well. Damn, David Quarles posted last week. I didn't even notice. Shout out to David Q. Please excuse the messy chart. As sellers gain more momentum, we rode down this bad boy on down near the 541.30s for a whopping 188%. Yeah, I had some really cool messages, actually. I forgot to mention that. I had a few of you guys message me some of the craziest percentage gains I've ever seen in this chart. And I wasn't even here for any of it. I was so surprised. Not that I didn't think you guys couldn't do it, but it was just like, it was surprising so many people hit me up the same day. Some of you guys were sending me screenshots with like 180%, and I was just so shocked. I was very proud as well. That's good, though. Alright, what are you guys saying here on YouTube? I kind of skipped over it again. Alright, nothing new. Alright, still seeing, will this midterm retest get a continuation to the downside, or is this where all the fun ends and we consolidate for a little bit more? Again, this is more of a data type week, but it's nothing new, so I wouldn't say this can hold us back from movement. I would just say you're probably going to have a little bit higher of an IV this week, or volatility, implied volatility. So this could be a little stickier on some of the contracts that some people end up trading. Maybe they don't move as well. But regardless, this type of week is nothing new, so I'm not going to say that that can stunt movement. Definitely cannot. It can definitely cause more movement, if anything. But we'll see. And again, if you guys want to see where that news is, check out the daily updates channel. It should be free to everybody. But Eric does his best to post in there every day, so you guys can see what's happening for the week. At what day, at what time. What is y'all's trading schedules like? When you guys trade actively, and you're here and you're focused and you know you're trying to get an opportunity, what hours do you guys typically trade, if I had to ask? I know every day is different, so it's not going to be the same every day, but most of the time, what would you say your trading hours are? Someone asked me the other day, and I thought I'd ask y'all. But what would you say is like the time that you put apart for yourself to just kind of take a couple trades, or to try to be here to take a trade? What times do you guys say that you're here most of the time? Yo, welcome back, whoever that was that joined. I kind of lost track, I'll be honest. Tesla. Alright, they did continue breaking down a little bit, but nothing crazy. Amazon still working its best to try to break that little wick there. The low of today. I'm just going to go back to SPY. Move this here. Whoa, my bad, guys. You guys answered very quick. Only try to be on the charts from 9:30 till about 11, 11:30, 8 to 11. I like to be done before noon. Okay, so before noon seems to be a pretty popular response. Andrew said, I went from being a 20% success rate trader to 60% success rate. Best I have done since I started trading 4 years ago. Hopefully I can keep the momentum going and become consistently profitable. That was it. 9:40 to 10:30 or 2 to 4 p.m. Okay. Kind of ranges. Trade same day, so I try to be out of noon every day. Usually wait till at least 9:45 to open your first position. Okay. I was just kind of curious. I mean, it's not like there's a right or wrong answer. I was just wanting to see what everyone did. Oh, Leland's not here. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the good news or not. Oh, wait, he posted it publicly. It has to be fine. Right? Yeah, that has to be fine. Leland, though, is getting married. That's pretty wild. He proposed and she said yes. So one of the biggest leaders in our chat is stepping up. Kind of excited for him. I don't even know if he posted it in chat or not. I wasn't here, so I didn't see. But in case anybody didn't see, that is what Leland is up to. Very busy. But yeah, congrats to Leland, though. I don't know. I only thought of Leland, I'll be honest with you guys. I asked y'all what times y'all's trade, and then Mansion said... Honestly, Mansion said, like, the most Leland routine schedule I've ever seen. And it reminded me of him. Then I was like, oh yeah, he's getting married. Big Lee Master. Mazel Tov. Lee of the Land, yeah. You guys would be... Y'all would cringe if you saw the stupid Leland memes I made back in the day. Lee of the Land. I had one that was... you know what? No, I'm going to stop there. We're not even going to go over how dumb those memes were. I'm going to stop myself while I'm behind. And guys, we finally got the test of 542.79 after the midterm retest. So they took their sweet ass time, but they got there. And I'm really happy we got to break that down together, because that is my favorite trading entry, the midterm retest. And I'm just really happy because we got to actually go over how we drew this little zone together live in the moment before it actually started using it. Instead of after the, after. Anybody can look smart afterwards. But that's why it's my favorite, because this really is the hidden retest. It's my favorite type of retest. If you guys have ever watched that long video, it might be public actually, let me go check, but it's the 3 types of retest video. I think I talked about it like the longest amount of time. I had the 3. I think that was the one I talked about the longest. I'm still yapping about it now. But yeah, very powerful, very impactful. Very helpful. Good job, Kevo. He's already at 14%. Hello to anybody who has joined I didn't really see, so sorry if I didn't see who it was. I did not. This is why I waited for multiple confirmation sentiments ago, but it just jumped in. Oh, I see. Good progression, Carter. See, even stuff like that, that's what I like to see. Like, it's not about like, oh, he's making more money or he's making bigger trades. Like, that's not the only sign of progression for trading. It's also, are you starting to notice that there's certain instances where you would have probably traded them and then you didn't. You didn't like that it looks like crap now, whereas a few months ago, you might have just jumped into it without even thinking. Good job, Carter. I just noticed, is your name William, not William? Oh, let me remove this. I'd probably hard looking at that. I'm gonna leave the zone there, but we don't need to have the oval there the whole time. That was just for the picture, so people could see what we were talking about. From the rest? Why did I type that? Retest. I don't know why I typed that. That was weird. Dude, I cannot type. I mean, I'm sure we all know that by now, but damn. Almost noon, less volume. Yeah, that too. It's definitely getting to a part of the day where I'd say the probability of getting a really exciting move is definitely lowering now. I would definitely agree with that. Oh, I didn't get any feedback on this yet because I haven't been streaming, but how are the watch lists, guys? Are you enjoying that? If you've been in the premium section, you've been seeing it for a couple weeks now, but I've been posting it for everybody in the levels channel recently as well. Are you guys enjoying that? If there are any other tickers you'd like to see, let me know. Is there other ways or other pieces of information I can add into the watch list? Is it fine? If you don't know what I'm referring to, you can go to the levels channel. If you're on YouTube stream, it's this channel. And I'm just posting, this is basically how I used to post them, just breaks and targets, and that was it. I can add stop losses too if y'all want it, but it'll make it a little bit more intricate as I type it. And then I post the spy chart for good visual before the day starts, because it's personally for me, because I really like to see what it looks like before, so afterwards when I'm reviewing, I can really see what damage was done, up or down, or neither. But yeah, just looking for some feedback on the watch list, if any at all. If there's of course any tickers you guys would like to see me add, just ask. I'll gladly add it to my watch list and add it there more. Unless you say like GameStop or something, then I will probably just ignore it. Alright, so what we're looking for now is, since we got the breakdown of today's open and a pretty important level at 540, 450, they made it down to this level. We then drew our fib, They rejected the midterm fib. They've made it down to the next area. So now we're either looking for a buyer reaction that reacts and retests this and probably breaks this to work back up a little bit more. Or do we get a continuation down under 542.75, which I'm just kind of rounding that down a little bit to give me that quarter level, 75 cents. And if we get a breakdown of that, then we should get 542. A follow-up under 542 should give you more pullback. That's kind of like my second confirmation of, are we going to sell more? And if not, then one or two things can happen. They either work up and give themselves a chance to make it back to high of day, or they work back up and they just consolidate between here and just kind of balance things out for a bit. Which, as an options trader, that's literally hell. So, probably sit cash during that time. Which is what WootX in the chat was kind of referring to, kind of pointing towards. That we'll probably see lesser, better probability trades pop up, if that makes sense. Which is fine, but it's just good to be aware of that. Oh, man. It doesn't feel like 2 hours have gone by. The first 30 minutes went by really slow, and then I'd say the other hour and a half has been very quick. Even though I feel like the price action's kind of been like the opposite. And thank you guys for over 30 likes on today's stream. We had over 120 people click on today's stream. That's pretty awesome. You guys are always pretty good about, anytime I come back to stream, you guys are always pretty good about checking in. But I think we'll be here all week, so should be fine. I want to try to get that going again. And I think I do want to work towards Friday's stream being on like Twitch or something, so we could do the marbles game at the end of the day or something. Because there's no way I'm going to be sitting here and just staring at charts all day on a Friday. And y'all would be surprised how many requests we get for marbles. At first, I didn't take it serious. And I definitely dread that decision. Should have taken it serious. Looks like Daffy is looking for an NVIDIA entry on calls above 105. If you're not looking to trade it and just kind of watch it, looks like he's updating inside of the, excuse me, trade floor channel. Which I always enjoy watching a Daffy trade, honestly. You'll learn so much. Meta. Oh, Meta did break down 504. I didn't get to see it. Poor IWM. Does anybody in here, I know there's a few newcomers in here, does anybody here not have the candlestick handbook guide? It's free. It's the most in-depth candlestick handbook guide you've ever seen. It only breaks down the candlesticks we personally have back tested and trade and actually enjoy and actually find to be high probability in most cases. We don't just break down how to see them and what they are, we also break down how to trade them. Lulan did a very good job going very in-depth. He's by far the best trader to ever come out of this chat. And it did a very good job breaking it down. So if anybody doesn't have access to that, please just ask, and I will point you in the right direction. But it's free. This isn't anything for members only. It isn't a paid thing. It's completely free to anyone and everyone. But it is by far one of the most powerful, whatever, pieces of information I think this group's ever come out with. And it's free to anyone. So let me triple check what channel that's posted in. It should be in Yep, it's in trade floor. So if you guys ever find somebody who needs it, point them in the direction of going to trade floor, click the pin messages, and it should be the second message right there. It's the second latest message. I can even reply to it. There we go. You would like access? Jay, if you actually go to trade floor, you can actually go to that latest message I sent. Click on the like message my arrows are pointing up to. Click it. It should take you up to a message. And then it should be a PDF, and you can download that PDF and it's yours. Very, very small PDF as well. Thanks. No problem, man. Have fun. And guys, y'all should be sending that out to anybody you can. Seriously, like I hope as many people get that as possible. It is by far one of the most well broken down candlestick whatever's ever. I don't want to keep calling it a handbook guide thing. It just sounds like a very long ass name. But that's what it is, though. It is a handbook. And I really like it a lot because it really does cover the main candlesticks that we actually trade in here and have actually traded and actually enjoy looking at. I'm not going to sit here and tell you we trade every single candlestick that there is out there. No, we don't. We only trade the ones we know. We only trade the ones that we find that have impact. These are the ones that we think have impact the most. So definitely check it out if you can, and share it with anyone you can, honestly. Actually, I'm glad I'm talking about this now, because I should probably go repost this on Twitter as well. You do not, Claudia? Okay. I don't really know how to get this onto YouTube, because you can't post PDFs on YouTube. I guess I could do a like PDF link. Is that a thing? How about I do that, Sandollar? You're pretty smart. If I want to link a PDF to people that don't have a PDF, how would I do that? Or, my bad, I worded that wrong. How do I give people the PDF without making them go to Discord? Because it's not like I can upload a PDF to X. It's not like I can upload a PDF to my YouTube page. Is there like a link thing I don't know about that you guys know about? And in that exact moment, also, I need to download the handbook again. Videos, candlestick handbook. Save. Oh, never mind. I already have it. That's awkward. Oh, wow. Yo, thank you, Sandollar. He gifted a membership. Who did it go to? Oh, SK. It went to SK. Nice. We know who SK is. Google Drive. There's gotta be something else, though. Is that really the easiest option? Just put it on Google Drive and link everybody a link. Wait, what? Try attaching the file as an uploaded file to the same website. The damn heart's in the way. Oh, I see what you're saying. You'll find something? Okay, thank you. Yeah, because it's not like I'm trying to share that. Like, I don't like Claudia's a good example. Like, I don't want to be like, Claudia, download Discord. Yeah, I'm not trying to like make people download Discord. I just want to share a damn PDF to everybody. It's not like trying to scheme people into the group or anything. Like, I genuinely just want to share this information to as many people as possible. There are many people out there who are going to try to steal this information, copy it, resell it. So I'd like to just get it out there to as many people as possible, and I'd like y'all to help me. I'd like as many people to share this PDF as possible. To any group you can, to any person you can, to anybody you know that trades. Because I want this to be free. I don't want someone to get this, rebrand it, and charge people. That's just effing crazy. So I'd like to get it out there to as many people as possible. I don't even care what communities people get it from. I don't care. It's not about marketing. It's not about stealing, or it's not about that. It's like, I just want to get good information into people's hands. And this isn't something that's like, oh, well, I don't trade the BB system, I can't use that candlestick. It doesn't have to do with my system. The candlesticks can be used for any system, any strategy. So that's why I like it a lot too. It's universal. I am now on the Discord channel. Is there a specific page I go to? Oh, yes. Sorry. Okay, well, we got Claudia in there, guys. The trick worked. No, Claudia, go to. So you look at this. Go to trade floor, and then here. Let me jump to this to where how you see it. There's a move that. There's a pinned message icon up here. If you click this, it'll show you the handbook message. But also, you could just cheat. I put these carrot tops here, the point up arrows. If you click the message that I'm replying to, because that's what this is, I'm just replying to this message. If you click this, it should launch you straight up to this message, and you can download the PDF. Sometimes it'll throw you under it, and it'll throw you like, a little bit under it. Just go back to the original message and click it again, and it should take you to it. Discord can be buggy sometimes, but that is how you get to it. So take your time. And take your time going through it, really. So I've personally gone through it 3 times already, and I still feel that need to, like, kind of go back to it and check it sometimes, not necessarily to, like, memorize everything, I mean, it is good to memorize everything, but also to just kind of keep myself in tune with, like, all right, this is how I should be trading. Kind of like a standard to set for yourself. And guys, after the failed move closing under that next level, huge amount of liquidity stepping in, and they're getting a big move up to 545 again on SPY. The PDF link? There's just a straight up PDF link? Wait, hold up. Zaya's about to break my brain. I didn't even try to see if that was... This is gonna hurt my head if this works. Oh, wait, that was when I was previewing. That isn't the one I have. Hold up. Damn it. I gotta do it again. Alright, videos, download, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Alright, we got it. Wait, Zaya, you might have the hugest brain. Oh, nope, Zaya, that didn't work. Damn, in theory, though, that should have worked, right? Alright, Andrew said, this is the best I could do. For some reason, everything else costs money. Where am I looking? Oh, thank you, Sandog, for posting that again. Will that do it, Zaya? The reason I don't want to grab that link is because it literally says my name in the link. But also, the reason I don't think that'll work is because it only says that link because that's the location in my files. Like, it says users blank slash blank slash, then it names the file. Oh, wait. Oh, see, yeah. Okay, so you see what I'm saying now. Okay. In theory, I thought you were cooking. Okay? I was with you on that one. I wanted that to work. For a second, I was like, wait a minute. No, thank you for trying anyway. That was pretty funny. Wait a minute, am I dumb? Hold up. I might have thought of a way. Hold up. Spy's moving up still, by the way. We'll try to keep track of that while I'm not paying attention. have to pay for this? Oh, come on. This is what Andrew meant. Andrew, can you DM me that link or send it on Discord? I know you guys probably can't tell, but when you send a link on YouTube, I actually can't see them. I don't know why YouTube does that. I think it's like security reasons. But send that same link you send that to me on Discord, and I will try it. Watch, Andrew's about to like hack my computer. Or Twitter, whatever you have works. Oh, my bad. We're not friends on here? Or I'll send you a friend request. No way. You already did the work for me? Hold up. Hold up. Andrew's the realist. Andrew, you are the fucking realist. Alright, thank you, man. Thank you. Wait, so let me get this straight, Andrew. I can just share this with everyone, right? I did click and it did work, by the way. But in theory, I just share this link and that's fine. I don't need to worry about like you or my information getting like scanned every time someone clicks this. I'm just triple checking. I just don't want to expose you or me more than we need to. Just making sure. I don't think it does. It shows my Google profile, but I think that's because I'm the one clicking the link. Which means I'm pretty sure whoever clicks it will see theirs. It's shareable to everyone. Okay, thank you, Andrew. You were literally the best, dude. Thank you. And thank you, Zaya. Alright, thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you, dude. Alright, well, I'm going to spam that link then, guys. Let's get that going with then. Profile. No. Whoa, what just happened? Oh, that scared the hell out of me. I thought I just did something else. What am I doing? What's a good way to word this? Like, I need people to see this. Like, people need to click this damn thing. They need to know it's free. They need to know that it's free for them and their friends. Free. No, I'm kidding. Candle. Stick. I didn't want to type handbook. I hate typing that word because it makes you want to sound intelligent. Free candlestick guide. Another wannabe intelligent word. Free candlestick guide. Made by my homie. Actually, you know what? Let's not tag Leland. He doesn't really like being tagged. And bugged. So we'll leave him alone. But we will post the link. I urge you. Share this. That's it. Man, let's keep it plain and simple. I don't know why I have so many of these dashes everywhere. If there's ever a clone me typing to one of you guys and you think it's a fake, if he doesn't type these dashes and put spaces between his wording like I do, it's probably not me. Free until tonight? Wait, would that work? Free until... But it's going to be free forever, though. But you're saying... Oh, I think I know what you're saying. Alright, maybe I probably shouldn't put... Made by my homie Leland. Let's keep it simple. Does this sound desperate? I feel like I'm being desperate. And then I need to do the same thing here, which this one, whoops, no. I almost fucked up there. Community, here we go, public. Free candlestick guide by the man, the myth, the legend, Lee. No, I'm not gonna do that. We'll do Leland. And we'll even capitalize both of the L's in his name. You know what? Just because you did it. Oh, what the hell did I just hit? Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted. Oh, that'd be cool if I could, like, pin this. Like, this was the pinned post. I'm literally just gonna copy Shaq's message. Oh, I can't. I have to actually type it. Sounds kind of desperate too, doesn't it? The only candlestick guide you will ever need. And then it's like a big picture of this guy. I want you. I want you to click this link. Alright, I'm just gonna post this, guys. Is this fine? Last filter. We're all good to go. I can send this tweet. This X post. I can post. NFL got money now for Dak Prescott. Uncle Sam. Gucci. Alright, let's send it. And then I'm actually going to pin this to my page because I don't normally do that, but I just want this to be widely seen. That's it. There's no ties, connections, anything. Also, maybe I'll link this too, just to be cool for you guys who are here on my first stream back. But maybe I can link y'all this. Oh, I'd have to edit my videos. Hold up, I'll do this for y'all. Manage videos. Visibility, members, apply. Unlisted. Save. Click it again. Copy the link. Alright. Just for you guys here in the YouTube stream, I also want to link you this. If you were in the YouTube stream, I give you permission to own that link. But this is something I've only really shown members in Discord and YouTube members who pay that $5 a month or whatever. Just to kind of give them a little extra cherry on top. But this is me actually going through the entire guide. And I went through it pretty thoroughly. It took my time. I tried not to read through it as fast as possible. I really did try to go slow and take my time on each one. Just kind of think of different points from different experiences I've had from trading each of those different candlestick patterns. And what they really are, you know. Some of them are triggers, some of them are really just extra confirmation, some of them are just something you can add as extra confidence. It's not always an entry or exit signal. There's a lot more than that. But I went over it in that video, so if you want to go through it with me as well, you can watch the video, or you can go through it on your own, and you can just click the PDF. So all kinds of different ways to go through it. But I hope you guys enjoy it. Seriously, I'm not just overhyping it. I really am pushing it hard because I really hope more people click on it because it is very helpful info. I think it's very impactful. And like I said, it's universal. It's not something that's like, oh, I don't trade that style. I can't look at bro, we literally all look at candlesticks. Like, this is perfect for anybody. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of strategy you have. Having candlestick knowledge will empower your trading, will give you more confidence. But yeah, shout out to Andrew. Thank you for getting that done for me, bro. Seriously. Woodex, let me catch up to your call-outs. He said, Amazon at current date open. I'm catching up. He said, holding value, Tesla, drop base drop on the 30. Oh, drop base drop in 30. He's saying it could possibly give us that drop base. And then rejection of today's open / this little zone we have here. He's saying it could give us that extra drop. Watch for a potential rally as well over 1660s. I don't want to just pretend to be just a bear, but that is a very important pivot point. Kind of like that example I was giving y'all with the kitchen door at restaurants. It swings both ways. That is what this highlighted area is doing for the Tesla chart. Same thing for the 504, 506 range for Meta. Strong bounce at that previous day close area. On Microsoft, again, very important because it is one of the heaviest weights in the market. It is the heaviest weight in the market, so it's very important to watch that. Regardless of actually trading it or not. IWM recovering a little bit better than before. Alongside SPY. So we'll see. Do we actually make it up to 548.50 from here? Or are they going to tap out against the highs of the day again? Damn! Carter was holding up damn near 30%. My bad, Eric. Catching up tiers. Broke daily golden pocket and holding. Just broke above the previous day control point again, seeing if we make a new high of day, or is this a lower high from... Oh, okay, perfect update. Eric is on top of it. That's what I like to see. You guys kind of talking about both sides. You know, it's clear that we're going up. I think we all agree on that. But it's good to think about those preemptive situations. You know, is this a lower high? Like Eric just said, is this something that's going to pop a new high? So it's just good to think about it. So when it does happen, you're not completely blindsided by the fact. You know, you don't want to be wrong and completely blind. You know, it's okay to be wrong, but please see what's in front of you. So when you're wrong, you can get out of the position or not trade at all. You could just let it happen. Let the chart move. Study, review, watch. It doesn't always have to be about taking action. I'm pretty impressed by this bounce, though. Like, I'm not surprised that we bounced at 542.80. That's pretty normal that we hit a level and then hold it. But pretty impressive that they retake the midterm retest, the 544.50 to 545 range, and they really haven't slowed down. We had one little small red candle in between. That was about it. I didn't take that first move I mentioned, but like we retook that set. Oh, I see what you're saying. You didn't just grab the first instant one. No, that's good. That's good. Nothing wrong with that. If anything, it looks like you got the better move too. Causing you to not have to test your patience as much too, probably. You know, if it just shoots up, it's probably not hard to just sit there and be like, oh, well, I'm up. But as the price moves sideways, it's very hard to manage your emotions. So you definitely took the better trade, in my opinion, on those. Your mental capital, I should say. Damn, y'all got this to almost 40 likes on the YouTube stream. That's actually been impressive. And we are getting a little bit of slowdown against that high. See, when I'm talking about the high of the day, I'm not just talking about this. I'm not talking about this. You know, when I'm talking about the high of the day, I really am talking about a lot more than that. I'm talking about the high of day's supply, if anything. You know, where did we reverse from? The high to the open of the last green candle, right? And they're perfectly smacking that with this little inside bar right now. Well, it's not an inside bar, but you know what I mean. Carter said, I think so. The best move comes from the moves that didn't work or are invalidated. The best bearish move is... I mean, the best bearish move is an invalidated bull, and vice versa. Some of those can be the strongest of moves. But good job, Carter. Seriously. Looks like a lot of people are taking just really good, strong, just mature trades today. Not really looking for, 100% or anything. Everybody's looking for a good move. And there were a couple losses taken in today's chat, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if you are one of those people who took a loss, or might have been wrong, or maybe you were right and your contract didn't move well enough, that's totally fine. Like, we're gonna move beyond that. We're not gonna sit here and sit in the mud. We're not gonna let that get to us. We're gonna move on from it. Think ahead. Anytime I get frustrated, the only thing that honestly helps clear up my head is thinking about what's next. If I'm sitting there thinking about what's already happened, I'm just gonna get more pissed off. I'm just gonna get more confused. So there's no point. You gotta take your little bit of a breather. There's reviewing, but sometimes going past that reviewing process can be a little bit more. You don't want to have that emotional attachment consume you, and next thing you know, you're like pissed off at every trade you take. I only go that deep with that because there are so many times where I've seen people do that, and I just feel really bad for them because, there's really nothing they can do because they don't know what's going on. They don't know that they're, emotionally trading or that they're that pissed off. They don't see it that way because they're the one in the moment. But just trust me, guys, when you're in the moment, like, try to just step back. Try to be your own biggest supporter, because you got to remember, like, you are technically doing all this on your own. Yes, you're in a Discord. Yes, you're in a YouTube stream. Yes, you're all with us together. We're all here talking to each other. But at the end of the day, you are by yourself. Let's be honest. So try to take things slow. There's no need to rush every single day. Pace yourself. If you're a fast-paced individual, try to be fast. If you're someone who needs to kind of consume things a little bit longer before they take it down, then please take your time. Don't need to rush. Pace yourself. You know yourself better than anybody else. That advice works for a lot of life. If only I could apply it, damn it. Of course, guys, saying this stuff on stream is easy to say. But I don't want anyone in here to think like, oh my god, he's making it seem so easy. Why am I so stupid? Like, no, it's not easy at all. This is all very hard. I don't want anyone to hear to think that it's easy. But, like anything in life, through a process, we can break this down. Over time, it can become not as much of a difficult task. It can become more normal. But that's why we gotta have that routine. We gotta go through it every single time that we are gonna be here, that we are gonna be active, we need to be going through it, and really just stack up our muscle memory is really what it is over time once you have that routine. Oh my god, Mighty One, you just reminded me what I was supposed to cut out of that stream. I got so tired, I forgot I was supposed to cut that. I literally had a stream where all I did was talk about implied volatility. I think you were there for it too, and I was supposed to go back and cut it. Because I think you got busy or someone else got busy. Damn, I need to go find which stream that was. That was like the greatest breakdown I've ever had on implied volatility. I don't even know if I'd be able to follow it up. I need to go find... Was it the one I did at the end of the day that other day? It has to be. It has to be that one. I'll go find it, but I will cut it up for you today. After this stream is over, I'm going to go do that. I'm going to skip lunch to find this damn clip. But I remember that was the last thing I talked about in here was implied volatility. But really, you just got to watch out, Mighty One, because you're talking about a couple different things at once, but they are kind of connected at the same time. Expected move, implied volatility. And honestly, I think a really cool video that helped my mind really kind of like think about this stuff without breaking down what IV is, what all this other stuff, without, breaking down the math of everything. If you go to my videos, is this one. From open to close, navigating the 3 phases of the day using probability. So this is this isn't going to help you with either of what you just asked about, but it does help kind of work yourself towards it, if that makes sense. So I would start with this, and then let me go find that video later. I'll go cut it up and I'll do it. But just in short, you do kind of need to watch out for expected moving range. So like let's say right now I'm trading SPY same week, right? My bad, I clicked on the 9th. What's the last day of the week? 13th. Okay, so 13th. Let's say I'm looking at the 13th, right? And it says plus minus 973. So that means of, like, as of right now, as of the current price, as of right here, right now, there is a plus minus 973 on each side of price, right? So if you split this number in half, let's make this an easier number. Let's just say it's 10, right? What's 10 divided by 2? 5, right? So if you had 5 to each side of current price right now, you'd have 550.96 and 540.96. Well, 95 now. 91 now. But either way. And that would be just kind of a vague range you could set for yourself. Now, that doesn't always mean like it has to hit the top of that or it has to hit the bottom of that. It doesn't have to touch either side of that range. What it's saying is the implied volatility of that week's on that contract for that chain, for this chain that we're looking for SPY. That is the expected implied volatility. But that doesn't mean it has to go hit it. It doesn't mean that it can't go past it. It doesn't mean any of that. These are just kind of good boundaries to keep in mind for the future. Now, implied volatility is a completely different subject in terms of when you're trading on your contracts, right? Your actual contract trading. And that's why I said I wanted to find you that clip, because I don't think I'd be able to follow up that breakdown. But in short, though, just to give you a little bit, in short, we did kind of compare it to betting, honestly. So let's say there's something like super obvious about to happen, right? Mighty One. Then implied volatility is probably going to be very high, meaning that things are going to cost a lot. And even when given a decent move, we're not going to get a lot of movement out of that contract because it's highly expected, right? So think about it as like an expected thing, like it's very obvious, right? So let's say we're all betting, right? And let's say the bet is the sky going to be blue today? And all of us who have common sense are kind of used to the sky being blue, say, yeah, duh, it's going to be blue. That's like the easiest bet of my life. I'm about to make a bag. But let's say there's no one on the other side of that saying, well, I don't think the sky's going to be blue. I think it'll be black today. I think it'll be purple today. I think it'll be green today, right? No one's going to bet that, right? So for us to make money on our bet, right, we would need someone to be wrong, right? So when there's a high implied volatility, what does that tell us, guys? What does that tell us, everybody? That it's an obvious bet, that everybody agrees, right? And that it's not going to be an as profitable move for us if we take part in it, even when we are right. Does that make sense? And that was just kind of a quick, brief description / breakdown of what I talked about. But please let me go cut that so you can get everything. But that was just kind of a quick summary. But that's the only concept that has helped me understand implied volatility in a way that actually helps me think about it, you know? I think it's very easy for... I'm not joking. If you go to YouTube right now, go find another streamer besides me and go ask them, what's implied volatility? 9 times... Or tell them, hey, I just took a contract in my I was right, but I didn't make money. How come? They're just going to tell you implied volatility. They're not going to tell you why. It's a very vague answer. It's very like diminishing, honestly, of the definition, because a lot of people use the word just to kind of answer people. It's like, oh, that's implied volatility. That's why you lost. Oh man, I hate implied volatility. Blah, blah, blah. Like, it's the same thing how people used to abuse the word theta a lot. When I first started trading, theta was the excuse everyone used for losing trades. Nowadays, it's implied volatility. You know, in the future, it's going to be, oh, well, Trump lost me this money. He shouldn't have been president. You know, it's like, bruh, what? Dr. J said, makes sense, especially because I can see Wall Street Bets bet on sky being black. No problem. I've never heard anyone break down implied volatility the way I have. And I'm not trying to, like, brag or anything. It's just, like, that's the only way it's made sense to me. I had to, like, break it down multiple times in my own head to make it make sense, because I'm not the smartest person. I'm really not. Like, I got to break things down a couple times. But I think by doing that, it helps you understand it. You know, in a weird way, by being dumb, I think it helps you be smart, because over time you have to break things down to a further extent, which allows you to remember it a lot easier than other people who might not be going over it as much. He said, I don't need an excuse to lose. I just lose money. No problem, Mighty One. Thank you for reminding me. I'm really glad you said that, because I remember telling myself I would go cut it, and then I remember being very tired after that stream ended, and then I never went back and did it, and I completely forgot, which is very unlike me. Normally I'm on top of it no matter how tired I am, and I'll just go post it. But I think I was like, I was gone. My brain was rotting that day. I was so tired. I remember being insanely talkative that day. But yeah, hopefully that helps some of you guys out. I know I'm pretty stubborn in terms of listening, but that should help out a lot. Fam, am an AAL 1150 call this week expiring 12, or this week expiring 12 cents was like I was swing. And I can't help if I'm to the heaven. I can't do what I want to do on this chart. Okay, well, change plans. Okay, no, we're not doing that. We're going to go to the weekly. There we go. This is looking a lot better. Wake up from a dream. Auto zoom. Zooming in. Alright, cool. So, that's something we can talk about. So, they actually are reacting to a weekly demand. They have one retest holding and one continuation off of that. That is it. They broke it, they held it, they moved away from it. That is it. So now we can cheat. So there's a couple things I want to grab here that I just instantly see. I mean, I am addicted to grabbing these these gap fibs. Gap fibs, I swear, man. Leland has really put those in my head. But very, very helpful range to look forward to. And now I'm kind of focused on the in-between, between here and here. Just what's here. It's really just a really annoying grind down. I made one stance here and then continued down. So I kind of want to grab from there. From here to here. And this can be an in-between zone that we look at. Because again, we went from the high of the move to the open of the last green candle before the reversal back down. They retested, they rejected. This is clearly where they came from before moving down lower. So I think we can use this now to help us in the future. Oops, I don't know what the hell it's trying to do. Okay. It looks like it is in a nice uptrend in terms of recent moves after the retake of 1025, but they are definitely in a struggle zone here if they do not get over 1140, 1125. So we could see a rejection here and then a slowdown and then a continuation, but I'm not downing Daffy's setup. It does have good forward momentum. So if we do get a higher open, there's a chance they're going to want to break that resistance. So that's not a bad setup. Also, if you guys ever see Daffy's setups, you won't ever really see him post a setup that's going to break your bank if you were wrong. I like that he does that. It's really good risk reward because he sets up good swings. He sets up swings that even when he's wrong, it doesn't hurt him as much. So when he's right and he makes a lot of his gains back, it's not as hard to get back. He's not trying to make back $1,000. He's trying to make back $12, $24. It's not as much. So he's able to be green a lot longer and a lot more. Interesting though. And I will have to check out some swing setups later too. The only one I posted last week was really just kind of like a watch thing. I really didn't want people to get into it or trade it super heavily. Was Meta actually. I just liked that it was pulling back away from the all-time high supply. It made a new all-time high for like literally a day, rejected, and then pulled back down. I just really liked that a lot. That was a really nice move. Besides that, though, I've not taken another swing trade, so we'll be looking for another one soon. I'm also trying to keep tabs on other people's posts. Of course, you guys will probably do this over time in chat, but I always like to find a couple people in chat that I really like how they post, whether it's how they swing trade or day trade, it doesn't matter. And then I'll just go back through their posts and see if there's anything I might have missed. Maybe Nox does posting a swing I might not have noticed. Maybe Eric posted a day trade I might not have reviewed. Maybe, you know, something is being posted I might not have seen yet. You know, it's also good to have a little bit of time for yourself to go back through the chat. Maybe there's someone in chat you like to read. I do that a lot. Just personal advice. But it's just good because then you can go and back test and be like, all right, how close can I get my chart to look like theirs? Or let me chart it and let's see how close they look. You know, whatever point of view you want to take that from. New high of day. Good looks, Maddie. Yeah, SPY recovered with some vengeance, didn't it? Pretty cool too, because we used this as a midterm. They made it to the very next level, and that was it. Huge move since then. 543 to 546. Hey, look at Hayes. He took plays at the downside. He took plays at the upside. And you almost got that 50% again, just like you were saying, as it's kind of sticking to your little rule. Dude, that's huge. You know, just catching one of those would have been nice. You got both of them. Round of applause for Hayes, for real. Very nice trade. See you later, Andrew. Thank you for tuning in, man, and watching. I appreciate you, man, for real. Thank you for all the help today. I don't even know how long I was going to stream, to be honest. I just was happy to be here. Oh, a lot of talking today. A lot of talking. I was very talkative today, but it's okay. We'll lose our voice in the process, but it's totally worth. Nvidia probably looking the best it's looked all day as it's retaking the... Oh, why'd I click off? 104.91, today's open area. Good high or low area, AMD, 136.50. Not much to say about Apple, but I'm happy to see them recovering somewhat. Amazon was looking very ugly early on, held on to low of day, retook 174, 175, and they're even pushing 175.50s right now. So we'll see if that trend continues. It's helping Tesla out, of course, within the same sector. Microsoft, heaviest weight in the market. Of course, it's weird trying to remember that over time, but overall, it's really nice to see them recover a little bit, because even if the market isn't flying, at least the market's able to recover, because if Microsoft was still just falling right now, SPY would have no chance. So it's at least giving SPY that chance of moving up a little bit. Like we talked about earlier in the stream, seeing the sectors line up together and work together. Not just seeing one move on its own, or two, but seeing a couple work together. A few, I should say. IWM not looking too bad as they finally reached that 210 a second time on the day. See if they break above that again. We saw last week how they struggled with that as they continued to move lower. SPX approaching a pretty historical level as well. And coin actually looking pretty, I'm not going to say explosive, but they are compounded like crazy. You could just see the pressure on the chart. This was the original pre-market range. You can see they're back inside of it again under 153.60, 152.88. As well as above 150.50 and 150 basically flat. A lot of 50s in there. Very interesting breakdown though. One explosive move. Can we get a second on the day, or can we get just any kind of explosive move regardless of direction? thank you guys again for all the likes on the YouTube stream. Crazy amount of support from you guys. Thank you again, for real. Hold up. I gotta kick, like... There's, like, so many fake accounts in here now. Always start with my name. Then we gotta do... Leland, because we always get, like, 2 or 3 fake Lelands every day. And D-Touch. I don't know why, but we always get D-Touch the third most. I mean, I want to be D-Touch too, but damn. Alright, should be fine now. Oh, my bad. Let me get back to Spy. I don't know why we're staring at Coinbase still. Probably end the stream soon. But happy to have had a crazy active stream today. We had a lot of people join in and out of today. Old members, new members, all kinds of people. That was pretty cool. Reshared the Candlestick Handbook Guide. Thank you, Andrew, again for giving us that better accessible link for some people who might have been struggling to join Discord to find the link or the PDF. So now we can post it on Twitter, Discord, YouTube, anywhere. If you guys have the link, share it. A lot of cool breakdowns today. Saw a lot of good trades. Saw a couple mistakes, but nothing that needed to be worked on. Just kind of going over things again. Yeah, that sounds cool, Jay. Feel free to share that. Kevo said, stepped away from work and bam. Huge reversal. Thanks, I will wait until after trading day. Totally fine, Doctor. How have you been, Dr. J? Oh. Have you guys ever... Oh, wait, I guess y'all wouldn't know. But sometimes when you type at everyone or at here, sometimes I'll type it and someone's name will be so close that I end up just tagging them instead of tagging everyone. It's very awkward every time. Alright, that is enough spam for me, I think. And thank you guys to anybody who's sharing it. I appreciate you, Keanu. I see you just shared it as well, even though you didn't have to. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. The more eyes that see it, the better. It's not really about promotion. I swear, I just want people to have the right information. It really is so simple, but it's so well broken down by Leland in that guide that it's mind-blowing. It really will impact your guys' trading. You just gotta review it, and please don't be one of those people that look at it and then the next day you're trying to use it. It's like, really, you know? It's just not probable. 0883. I promise you, I won't go away for a long time again. I'm actually gonna be here all week, so you should have me 5 streams this week. Friday, I'm trying to do like a fun stream though. I don't really care about as much of it, but I want to do like a Twitch stream on Friday or something so we can do marbles. I couldn't think of the name for a second. Kids were stuck at home for the last month. They're finally back at school, so I can think again. Oh god, dude. I bet you are so relieved. I'm very happy for you though, Doctor. I'm very happy to hear that. Why were they stuck at home last month? Oh, probably because school, huh? Summer, I'm assuming. I didn't even think about that. Happy to hear you in stream. Oh, wait, I already read that. I am going in circles. Oh, Keanu, are you in my voice chat right now? You are. I just banned a fake Keanu, I think. He spelled Keanu with 2 N's. I think Keanu Reeves would take pride in knowing that that guy can't spell. Keanu Keeves. That's funny. Oh, camp. I see. Oh yeah, school didn't start yet. I'm way ahead of my time. Wait, when does school start? Actually, I guess it's not a fair question. It starts different everywhere. Oh. How many of you all in here have kids? I know most of you do, but well, nursery school, another. Oh, okay. I guess that too. Yeah, I can't just be like, what school do they go to? Like, if it's like a baby, they're probably not going to any school. I'm very happy for you, Dr. J. Congrats, man. I hope to use this time to really learn the system. Okay. Well, I'm going to be around a lot more, so maybe we can bounce ideas off each other, or just bounce repetition off each other. How about that? And to share more. Good. I hope you do, man, because I think there's a lot of you in there, honestly. I always like to use Garden Trader as an example, because she's really easy to use as an example. But, like, I'm not joking. Just go to the Post Charts channel. Go. I dare you. Find me someone more consistent in that channel than her. You won't. And guess what? She's also very in tune with how she looks at the market, because guess what? She goes through reps every single day. She's outspoken. Now, and it's awesome too, because like some of you I know get a little nervous about being outspoken because you might think you're stepping on someone else's toes. I know you're thinking about the community as a whole, and I think that's great. But you got to think about yourself too. You know, you got to be outspoken. You got to understand that there's going to be people who butt heads. You got to understand that sometimes we're not always going to be on the same page. That's fine. But you got to get your thoughts out there. And then we can work off of that. That's something we can build off of. You as a whole, us as a whole. Carter said he has a 7-month-old at home. Wait, Carter, I'm still lost on your so did you take 2 IWM trades, or you waited and only took the second one? The second one I saw, I should say. Or were there 2? I'm pretty sure there was 2, but I just wanted to make sure. I was very happy with them. I just wanted to make sure I understood everything that went down. How many there were. I also start to look at so many of these charts, not just of my own or when I'm streaming, but like of y'all's, and some of them start to mesh together, which is a good thing, because then, you know, I guess that shows like everybody's trying to take the same type of trades, which is good. But they mesh together in my head sometimes. I don't know if that happens to y'all as well, but it gets me every time. I took the review trade this AM and then just took the 90. Okay. That's what I was trying to think. I just wanted to make sure. That 90% retake, man. Oh my god. And then, honestly, the other trade that I thought was impressive was Alexis when he took Moderna. That 90% retake on the daily time frame. Yeah, I don't even think he was looking at it that way either. That was the impressive part. Him and Noxta were just looking at hammers. And then the higher break of the previous day high. But what they were doing, though, was, you know, finding that new high, or it broke that new low, it retook that level that it made that new low at, and then it's like using all that new low liquidity to move up, in a sense. And it's just so insane every time. First trade was 1 con, 2 was sec. Okay, dude, nice. See, you were a little confident on that second one then. I think we could say that. That's good though. I don't like to do that too much when I'm trying to just stick to one style or trying to stick to one level, you know, like 1 contract or 2 contracts and do the same thing every time. I don't like to bounce around, but I like that you're clearly displaying confidence. So that's good. And that's good to do too while you're getting reps as you're starting out and really trying to build up more over time. Because then in the future, when you make a mistake, let's say you make one and you fall back and you're nervous, you're not going to be as overwhelmed as you would be if you weren't, you know, someone who's experienced any level of confidence, right? If you're someone who's just gone through trading and gotten lucky and you've just never really made a big amount of money, but you've never really lost a lot either, you're just kind of surviving, I would say that's pretty awesome. But at the same time, not really learning anything, you know, it's not really advantageous to be like that. So it's really nice to have that confidence early on, and even though if you make a mistake, that's okay. You won't be as overwhelmed as if you weren't confident, right? So again, it's good to get those reps, but it's also good to build on that confidence. I can't say that enough, seriously. Like, confidence, I would say, leads to probably some of your best trades. It's not about, you know, lying to yourself. Don't do that. Don't make up fake confidence. But it's good. Be confident in how you approach things. You know, maybe you're like, oh, I like this retest. How would you approach that? When would you enter? Why would you enter? What are you entering? The W's of life. Damn, let's go, Daffy. If anybody is in... if anybody is in the AAL play that he brought up and I brought up into stream, you are up 16.67% already, so about 16%. Good job there. Oh, my bad. He's up 25% now. I read that completely wrong. He is up 25%. So anybody who's in on that, great job. Also, shout out to Hayes. Killing his momentum. Started making some pretty nice gains early on in the chat. Had a couple bumps, adjusted, and here he is again, killing it again. which in my opinion takes a large person to do that. It takes and I don't mean like a fat person. I mean like it takes a large, like it takes a good person to do that. You can't just jump into trades, right? Make a lot of money and then think you're hot shit and then go make a bunch of mistakes and then everything's fine after that. No, you're gonna shake up a little bit. You're gonna make those mistakes and you're gonna shake up a lot. So to be able to be stable again after those mistakes is huge. So shout out to Hayes and the journey that he's on. Because that is not easy, and I hate when people act like it is. Like, oh, he's so lucky. Look at the gains he's getting. Like, dude, you have no clue the amount of pain and the ass that is for him behind the scenes. And for anybody who might be in that same seat. Pretty good movement so far today, though. I can't lie. The beginning of the day, not as entertaining, but just think about what we talked about, the liquidity grabs. You know, when they went up and they came back down and they held this level, like, this is what gave the chart that potential energy to even make it up to here. You know, I'm not saying you should have known that it would go up, but just knowing that it could. But guys, I think I'm going to end the stream there. What is that? It's about 3 hours from the open. Stream's almost 3.5 hours long. I do appreciate anybody who's been in here for years, anybody who's been in here for a couple minutes. Regardless, thank you all for being here. Thank you again for liking the stream. Thank you guys for anybody who is in Discord, and thank you to anyone who was dropping updates. I tried to read out as many as I could, and almost all of them were helpful. But thank you guys again. Please be sure to not overtrade. Don't be overwhelmed. Make sure to review anything you might be doing today, regardless of being an actual trade or not. Anything you might attempt, definitely review it, see what you might have done, or see what you could do differently later on. And yeah, tomorrow we'll go over the levels in the morning. We'll do the watch list again like we did today. We'll go over it. We'll talk about the game plan. We'll do all the good stuff together, and yeah. So be on the lookout for tomorrow's stream, and I'll give y'all more information on the Friday stream thing so we can understand what we're doing then. What time tomorrow? Well, I'll be streaming before the open. Stream will be up before open. I'll be talking before the open, just like today. So, be on the lookout. Anything else I might be forgetting about? I think that's it. The free PDF, guys, make sure to promote that as much as you can with me. It's not really a promotion. But if you have X, I do urge you to please go to X and retweet this, or post it, or share it with people. This link takes you to a candlestick handbook guide that me and Leland have worked very hard on. It's a lot of the concepts I've gone over time and taught and just really gone over. But he took it upon himself to take it to another level. So please check it out if you have. Also, shout out to Leland. He's getting married. So he proposed. She said yes, in case somebody wasn't here when I said that earlier. So shout out to Leland. I just wanted to give him that love and respect. I do appreciate him for sending this community to new heights without even really needing or wanting anything out of it. So appreciate that. But thank you guys again. I will end the stream there. Love you all, and please have a great rest of your day.